Okay. And boop. There we go. Oh my gosh. Not what I wanted to do. Holy fork. Well, yeah, but it's the middle of the night, which is technically midnight, middle of the night. I don't know. What should I call it? Early morning stream. I don't think 2 in the morning is all that early. Hey, Ingo. Well, technically, for the most of Europeans, it's about to become. Okay, all right. Late night stream. Fine, I will change the title. Boom. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not the title. Hold on. Edit. Boom. Late night stream. There we go. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy, Gunner? Huh? Sorry. Boop boop. Hey. I don't even know. Welcome in, go. Hello, Gunther. Never. Aw. Sad. That's okay. Maybe one day I'll make you happy enough. How are you guys' day? Ango, your profile picture is Mel. I have no idea even how to say that, but I don't even know who that is, so I'm just not even gonna pretend I do. Be alright. You don't respond to messages, so that's unlikely. Aw. I did respond to you. Ha! I did respond to you. I just went to bed, so I stopped responding. Aren't they just one message? Oh. Well, to be fair, I did have to deal. I don't know if it was around the exact same time, but I did have to set up an appointment for my car renewal, like license plate thingy magic bobber. So there's that. So I did have an excuse. It's just, yeah, I forgot after. But I did message you back. It was just slower than probably you like. Well, obviously. Since you're complaining about it now. I don't have face cam in the title, right? No, okay, good. Whew. Don't want to promise things that I'm not given. It's freaking midnight, and I look absolutely horrid, so... And I don't want to have to wear a hat at the current moment, so... Yeah. I honestly... I don't know. Let me think. I think I'm gonna eat all of these mountains. Because I don't like them. Well, I'm undecided. It's freaking annoying. I don't like being undecided. Gunner, solve all my problems for me, please. I have too many of them. And it's rather annoying. Boop-a-doop. Okay, B10. Boop-a-doop-doop. See, and then all of the train gets fixed instantaneously, pretty much. Just like that. What is this project going to be? It is going to be a very, very, very large project. I have to turn on my render distance up a little bit. So essentially, this is the terrain, obviously not close to being done or anything like that. I'm still smoothing it. As you can tell, I'm still in the process of doing that. But basically, I'm going to have all of this is going to be water, right? It's basically a giant ocean. And then there's going to be like grasslands and like colored terrain and stuff like that. The ocean's going to wrap around all the way around, I believe. But and then basically there's going to be giant waterfalls here. If the freaking lag will stop. So basically giant waterfall and then a big giant castle on here that's going to kind of extend down to this platform, this platform, and this platform. So like the villages and stuff will be there. There's going to be like giant bridges coming across if like my frames will stop lagging. Basically going like from here to here. And there's going to be some more stuff on here. We don't know. Probably like a religious temple of some like made up whatever. And like lots of bridges coming out and connecting with things. But for the most part, just need to focus on the terrain. But yeah, so basically render point will be right about here so that you can see the 3 points of interest and then the main point of interest along with the back waterfall, giving kind of a, because you can see it, you'll be able to see it over the village, and then you'll also see the secondary waterfall over here, and then of course the main thing with the side. And likely probably going to have some type of village over here or just grasslands. We don't know yet. But it's going to be a fairly nice project. So we'll see. But the funny thing is that right here, these waterfalls, I thought these look really, really tall. Can I stop lagging? I need to turn my render distance down a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. These are only 24 blocks high technically because it's, well, why 24? But because I go way down here in the negatives because it's like -60, which is basically the bottom of the world, right? So that's fun. So I have lots and lots of room to work with the structure and stuff. But a lot of this just needs to be smoothed out and stuff like that. So, and then of course I need to paint it, but that will come at a later date. Probably, hopefully soon, because holy, I don't want to spend 10 years on this, but yeah, we'll see where it kind of goes. B5. I need to really extend this whole base, actually. I wish I had B over D1, but it's, for some reason, doesn't like me, and I don't know why, so I just kind of don't, yeah, B melt. Well, I mean, I could also use B melt, so that works too, but it's a little less nice than the B over D1 personally, but it works well enough for me to get a little bit of shape, because I'm basically just pulling this mountain out a little bit so that it blends into the terrain just a little bit more, because like right now it feels very like it goes down and then straight into the ground, so I'm kind of just pulling this all out, and I have to do this on all of this because the floor itself is just T-gen and it'll just be filled with water and stuff like that, but so that won't be too hard to do. But obviously I'll have to put like sea plants and stuff, probably not like actual like organic stuff or anything like that, just like use like Minecraft's normal stuff to do that with. But a lot of this is just it makes it look really, really messy and ugly and disgusting. But then once you like come back with a blend ball, it basically fixes itself pretty easily. You don't have to worry too much about it. Does it look amazing? No, but I'm hoping the painting will kind of cover that up. And any part that's like really, really ugly, I'll just keep working on. But for the most part, I'm just kind of getting the layout kind of done and do it that way, since it saves me a little bit of time doing it the lazy way a little bit. And it's really not going to be the main focus. And so I'm just gonna, yeah, do that. But yeah, it's 1,000 by 1,000, so it's a fairly large map. It's nothing to scoff at. It's gonna be, well, because I've already done 1,000 by 1,000, and that's like my limit, where like I won't go any larger than that. For so many reasons, I won't go larger than that. But like a lot of the main reason is definitely just because Replay has a really hard time rendering anything larger than that, and it like lags out my computer. So that's going to be a really big pain. The Mirage video should be coming out here soon. I still have to debate whether I'm going to have somebody edit it for me or I'm going to edit it. I would like to edit it because that would save me a little bit of money, but yeah, this video will be... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I was like, oh, I wanna, you know, oh, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, this needs to be like a coastline, so it needs to be fairly smooth. Come on. But yeah, this all will be basically a mess until I smooth it. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time to do. It's a really, really, really massive thing. So I figured, hey, you know what? Why not stream it? Why don't you guys see the process of making really, really, really big terrains? Obviously, you're not going to see like all of it because I wasn't really confident with the terrain until now, where I feel like now I just need to smooth it. I really like the shape so far, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. But a lot of this is just going to require a bunch of work. And unfortunately, it's not, because normally how I make most of my terrain is by just using GoBrush and stuff like that. Makes just really, really fast terrain. But it's not as custom. You can't customize it as much. You can, but I wanted like fully custom terrain, so I doing this. And I could use GoPaint or GoBrush, not GoBrush, freaking GoPaint or World Painter. Jeez. Freaking tired. And do it that way, but I still wanted a little bit more control, so maybe I'm just being picky and lazy and not learning World Painter, but it is what it is. But plus the upload ability isn't amazing, so that's a little stressful too. But a lot of what I'm trying to just do is fill in all these little spots to make this look a little smoother and a little nicer, and then that's like my main focus so that it doesn't look so bally. I don't know, because you can tell right now there's just so many balls just whirl at it, spheres and stuff. So because I use the sand or the gravel gravity thing to actually make this, which is easy but hard. All right, hey Harvest, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing this giant section, and it's comparatively really, really small, so that's always fun. But I want this to be fairly smooth all the way down. Well, not necessarily smooth, but like the gradient down should be fairly smooth. So we'll hopefully be able to do that. But if not, that's okay. A lot of it's just going to be continuing to work it until it's not terrible. But obviously it's not smooth right now, so that doesn't help. Let's pull this out a little bit more. A lot of this will be underwater, so I shouldn't have to worry about it too much. But I still want it to look fairly nice, because if it doesn't, then I'm going to be kind of pissed. But a lot of this is just like basically just spamming your mouse around and just seeing what works, because a lot of the time people are like, oh, I don't know how to do this, and I'm like, well, literally just spam, and eventually it'll look good. Hey, Knight Rider, welcome to the stream. Also, Gunnar, why the heck are you up this late? I thought you had school to do. Alright. But welcome to the stream. We are working on my new mega project. Obviously, we're just doing the terrain right now. You can't actually really see how large this terrain is. It's 1,000 by 1,000, so it's slightly large. I don't know why I don't do small projects anymore. It's really... I mean, I do sometimes, but pretty rarely. So that's just the side ignoring terrain. And then this is like the main waterfall right here. And then let me just up my render distance real quick. Okay. So basically, there'll be bits of the castle. Then they go up here to the main castle or whatever. Why the fork is my lag so bad? I hate freaking sodium. So basically, then there's going to be a side waterfall that, as you can see, connects all the way. Oh my gosh, the freaking frames. Anyway, I can't really have, like, really high stuff. How do I get rid of freaking impact high? Okay. It's so annoying. I saw the house pack you posted, and I'm really debating on buying it to save so much time on a large project. Yeah, definitely. Like, I can even show you the houses. MBTP house pack render. So, like, this is the house pack itself. So I can give you a bit... Hello? The fork did my houses go? House pack. Oh. It's probably... Hey, Origin. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so it's not these. Where are they? Let me turn my render distance up, because this won't lag my thing as much. Okay, so, like, obviously you have these... Actually, no, I'll just load them onto the server real quick. Where are you? There you are. Minecraft. Choose file. Builds, assets, medieval. So this is the houses. They'll load. It's the lighting updates that piss me off. All right. So basically, yeah, lots of houses. Like I mean, it's like 55 houses. It's 57 houses total. And it has like pretty distinct styles. So it's not just really, because like you can get really, really nice simple ones, which are really good for just like really nice background ones. These are also interiored, which is actually really freaking nice. So they're really nice for marketplace and stuff like that. And then of course we have these guys. My favorite ones out of these are either these guys or over here, these guys. Because these are really, really big houses. Like these are like fairly massive. They're also set up for interiors pretty much easily, which is really, really nice. Because like most of these aren't. Like for example, these, you'd have to, oh, these actually aren't bad. Maybe I should just, oh yeah, see how like there's like lots of messed up stuff. So some of them are good, some of them are bad. These aren't great for interiors yet. It just needs to be gutted, really. But yeah, for the most part, if you just want houses, I mean, these are freaking, yeah, I like them a lot. And they're all pretty unique. I like the fact that, well, because some people complained that this doesn't look good, where it's just like straight wood, even in the stone. So I made like stone variants of them. Which I actually, the funny thing is that I liked that. And then when Quentin was like, oh yeah, you should do just stone on the bottom with like, because he was suggesting just get rid of these, right, and just have it this. But then I was like, no, I want some more detail. So I added like all of these like little rocks and stuff, which I personally really freaking like. But And it makes a huge difference because it feels like it's actually on a foundation. So I freaking like I cannot wait to use these. I haven't used them yet, but yeah, just having those both versions is really nice because it's just really simple. I mean, see, the other great thing about this is that what I was going to do was I was actually going to make even more versions of this, but like I love the fact that you can turn all of this into such a nice, like, I mean, if you want these to be, I mean, you can basically have them be whatever you want. I don't know. Quentin did Warp House Pack, HP, and VTB House Pack. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Let me just undo that. Okay, he did a new version of this house, which is freaking amazing. I love this. He made End City houses versions of these, and I really freaking like them, actually. I think they're great. Ignore these. These are just placeholders. But, yeah, like, I really like them. So, and I started... Man, I just... Like, some of these houses I haven't, like, multiplicated or whatever you want to call them, multiplied. But like, look at this house. I'm sorry, it's just like it's the best house I've ever built, and it's completely unique. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a house like this built by anybody else, right? So I'm really excited to get this the next one is either going to be a modern or fantasy, but I have more fantasy houses than I do modern houses. But once all I really need for the fantasy pack is this to be extended out to the 8 houses, I believe. And then of course I'll be putting that in the pack. I'll be putting this in the pack. I'll be putting this one in the pack. This is a very similar style, but a little bit different than the other one over there. I actually like the other one over there a little bit more. I will also be putting these houses in there. Of course, I'll be putting. I'm debating on whether to put these because these are technically fantasy, but I think I'm gonna put them in their own separate thing, and make more of them. Because like I have so many fantasy houses. These are gonna be fantasy houses. And then of course I'm gonna have the version. These are the fantasy houses. These are more steampunk, so I don't think I'm gonna put them in. But I'll probably put, and then I'll probably add more of these add these, and then yeah, for the most part, it's just gonna be really nice. Like, because the thing is that I can put multiple houses in multiple house packs, which I think some people will find weird, but honestly, I want people to buy what they need, and then eventually, if they want to buy everything, like if I want to bundle medieval and fantasy together, then I can, and I'll just put it at a discount and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'm gonna like do jungle. I think I have a list of the packs that I'm gonna do. I believe I'm going to do jungle, desert, modern, fantasy, and medieval. And then I'll just have, like, if I want to, like, split the... Oh, and then, of course, I'll have these in the medieval pack. These actually need to get finished. You see 3 versions, and they're technically all the same. Well, the roofs are different on these. But I wanted to fix the foundations, because I don't like the foundations as much. So these... I'll basically have 4 versions of these, where it'll be the normal classic ones. You're gonna be taking all my money. Hey, but here's the thing. Here's the real kicker about assets are like such a big time. Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing about here's the thing about buying all of my assets, right? If you buy even if you just buy a single pack for $10, you can make a world with like, I mean, if all of the houses, because like I had 55 houses, and there's like 8 different types of houses, something like that. So even if you just make one map per style of house, you're basically, and then sell those for, even if you sold all of them for $2, you'd still technically make a profit, which you wouldn't do anyway. So like even if you sold a spawn with my houses in it, you know, for 50 to $100 or 150 or whatever, it depends on how large you want. And then the other nice thing is that you can make worlds that are so much larger because you don't have to build all of the houses, and you can just modify the houses to be exactly what you want. So you can make essentially a lot of money and save a lot of time. So $10 to essentially make like a bunch of different, I mean, me having access to this myself has helped tremendously. I mean, it's so easy. I'm like, I need a fantasy house, boom, fantasy house done. You know, like it's already there for me. Like if I warp P7, you can kind of see this in action, where I can basically make an entire map in a day. So like, for example, hello, there we go. So like this one I did in about an hour or so, which is really, I mean, it probably shouldn't have taken me that long. It was really the trees that took me the long time, because I got these trees from somebody as a gift, and they're really nice trees, but they were messed up in their world edit, so I had to fix them. Anyway, but obviously this is not a rendered point thing. It's just, I mean, once you're in the build, you're kind of in the build. What just happened? Oh, okay, never mind. And a ton of reusability too. Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. For example, I used this one little asset and I made an entire Skywars map, right? Just by having that center thing. And then I used the same thing over here. I mean, I like these houses. These houses are fantastic and they look like spawns. So it's just so easy to make them be exactly what you need them to be. And then I actually got access to a mega, not a mega, but a really nice asset pack right here from one of my friends, and they gave me a bunch more houses. None of they aren't amazing. I mean, they need some work, but for example, I turned this house, so I took this. I was like, this is a good foundation, but it's 1.8. It looks like 1.8. It's not updated. I don't like the foundation. And so I essentially just turned that into this, which is a lot more clean personally. And even with just a little bit of changing, it just like it makes it look way nicer. And then I used that, right? Obviously this is unfinished, but it's just the simplistic, you know, the simplicity of making entire things. And I can sell this for $5 if I sell it a few more times, then boom, even if I just sold this as a single, exclusive map, then I'd make money off of it. But all I really traded was I traded this house asset pack for a few months on my server, and that's it. So like obviously I was going to pay like 25 for it anyway. And it's an exclusive to me and him only, but it's just like having all of these assets is just super nice. I mean, the amount of, I think I have more personal assets than most build teams combined, but I'm telling you, it's so freaking nice. Warp P7, yeah, okay, I'm there. But reusability is key in Minecraft building. Like, I can't... Yeah. The things I would do for those assets, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I personally think they've made me a lot of money, and they're going to... Like, the thing is that because I'm going to continue to expand my assets, I'm going to essentially make more and more and more, because I'm going to be doing an island pack soon here. Where I basically just make a humongous amount of different islands, small, big, different shapes, different sizes, different angle, like different biomes, different everything, so that I can basically just do warp island, and it will essentially just teleport me to like 1,000 different islands. So I can just be like, I need a really small one. I need a really small desert island. Boom, got it. Put a structure on it. Boom, there's my spawn of a Skywars map. If I need it for some extra detail in a skyblock spawn, I need a jungle with a few trees on it. Boom, done. Painted, put a few trees on it, maybe a tiny little like temple structure on it, and then boom, I'm done, right? And it's just that repeating stuff over and over to the point where it's like, holy fork, this is freaking useful. But it's all about efficiency. It's why it's why my store, it's not full yet, but once my store is starting to get bigger and bigger, people will, I mean, even now, people don't understand that I work by myself, right? So I build everything I do by myself. Which means that I need to essentially produce the same quality as a build team by myself. And what that means is that I need to have such a high efficiency in everything I do that I'm able to actually compete with the output of an actual full, 5 to 10 man build team, which most people can't do for sure. But I'm trying. I'm not there yet. Yeah, see the problem. Yeah, but see the problem with build teams in general is that they generally take they take all your IPs and then they're like, "Oh, well, you don't get anything out of that." So the build team profits, but you don't necessarily long term. But also build teams are run terribly inefficiently because they don't. Because long term, if they were like, yeah, we're going to build out an asset pack that's just absolutely massive so that we can produce way more content in a shorter amount of time. But the thing is that most teams are like, oh, but asset packs are just a cheap way to do stuff. But the builder, it's up to the builder to actually make the thing creative and interesting and unique every time, right? Because if I make an island and put a house on it and I put a tree on it, that's not unique. I have to actually make that product unique, right? And unless they have the skill, and a lot of the time people are like, oh, the uniqueness comes from the actual build itself, but it can come from many, many different things. Even if you change up the island style, the terrain style, the trees style, the tree types, the tree, right? You can basically mismatch anything and everything, the colors, the gradients, like there's so much to change from an asset pack's perspective that it's absurd to think that that's the only way to get unique is to have something completely unique every single time. It's actually a little silly. But I mean, I still kind of understand it because teams also don't want to deal with like the fact that they're using other teams' assets, well, mainly my assets, but I eventually in a year or so when I have a house asset pack, house, freaking plants, sea. I might have organics at some point. I'm probably not going to do trees because trees are kind of pointless. Mainly because I don't think people would pay for them, but I might do that anyway. I have mushrooms, and then like a bunch of different house asset packs, essentially. So essentially, you'd be able to take the free tree pack, probably the island pack. I might make it public, I don't know yet. I might just do all of that, and then just absolutely dominate the asset pack scene. And so you can any team can essentially do whatever they want. Yeah, I do sometimes feel weird using stuff that's not mine in a build a lot, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's why I think that was one of my main mistakes with building the CPAC, was that I didn't actually charge for it. So technically, I mean, yes, I lost money on it, but I also don't think that it was worth as much. Because a lot of people are like, oh, it was such a great pack. But honestly, I don't think that the sea asset pack was just the most amazing thing. Comparing it to the use of my plant pack or my mushrooms or my house pack, I mean, I've already gotten more sales on both of those than I mean, I've made more sales on my freaking plant pack than any other builds ever, unless you count like Marketplace, which doesn't count. Hey, Bluebird Incorporated, welcome to the stream. Hope you have a fantastic day. We are currently having a conversation about how useful assets can be in creating your own worlds and stuff like that. The plant back is nice as heck too. Too bad I'm broke. Fair. Fair. What am I doing? I am currently making a massive 1000 by 1000 terrain for an upcoming video. So basically, if I turn on my render distance, let me go to my render point first so that you guys can see. Boop. So it's 1000 by 1000. I started this today, so, you know, obviously not amazing, but basically, obviously still needs tons and tons of work. But this is basically going to be the main render point. There's going to be a waterfall flowing down here. This all is going to be an ocean. And then I'll have a castle platform here, here, and here. And then I'll have the main palace up right here. And then, of course, I'll have a bridge over here with probably a religious-like temple. It won't be actually connected to any religion. It'll just be completely made up. And then, of course, then I'll have another river coming down here into the ocean. Obviously, this right here connects to that right here. So if I fly up a little bit, you can see that it connects to a lake back here. Doesn't actually have a source. It's just, it's going to look nice. So I don't really care. Pixelmon got updated to 1.16 finally, so I can start building in 1.16 soon. Ooh, that's super exciting, bro. I hate the fact that most servers don't have like updated versions. And it's not even their fault. Like, especially when it comes to like PvP servers and stuff like that. I know that it's not their fault, but still, it pisses me off a lot of the time. Because I can't stand building in anything lower than 1.16. Oopsies. But yeah, so right now I'm currently smoothing a bit of the terrain, making it a little less irregular and stuff like that to make it not look so spherical and stuff like that. Hey, not OG Gamer. Bro, I'm smart. Oh. Okay, cool. Though, I'm just greeting. This is massive, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, when I went to build 1.16, it felt so nice. When I went back to 1.12, it felt so bad. Right? Exactly. I totally agree. There's nothing about me that wants to build in 1.12 anymore. I can't do it. And when I was forced to build in 1.16, I didn't like it. But now that I'm in 1.18, I'm pretty much there forever. I'm never going back. 1.19 doesn't I'm not really all that excited about 1.18 or 1.19 building because none of it's all that exciting. The frog lights are pretty boring, unfortunately. So there's really not much I can say about that. I know a lot of people like the frog lights, but I just don't. Like, they're basically just uglier versions of the sea lantern and different colors. Which, okay, I mean, the yellow ones might be used for windows, but I can use freaking Shroomlight for that too. They both look as bad. This is Vox Sniper. What are you using? Wait. This is Vox Sniper that you're currently using, correct? Yes. There's a number of there are a number of other blocks regardless. That's true. But I definitely don't think that there's enough for me to actually be excited about it, because the mangrove wood and stuff, the only thing that's exciting about the mangrove wood is the actual log itself, which does look nice. I will admit, it does look nice, but it's basically just a different kind of textured jungle wood, and that's pretty much it. Mud is, like, okay. Mud could be good for texturing in 1.19. That's true. It could definitely be useful, but comparing it to 1.18 or anything like that, because, like, think about how much we got in 1.17 and 18. Which theme do you like more, medieval or modern? I think medieval is stupidly overused. Okay, so here, I'm going to go on a slight rant here. Okay, so medieval is overused to an extreme. Every builder worth his salt basically knows how to build medieval like the back of his hand. I mean, go look at most most servers or most servers, just period. And I will tell you that probably more than 50% of those in all of the servers in existence have medieval spawns. And here's the reason why. Because I didn't understand this for a very, very long time. It's honestly the product of Minecraft itself, because when Minecraft was first getting developed, all of these blocks that you had were essentially just absolutely prime territory for medieval. You had you had spruce, you had stone, and you had like stone bricks, right? So you had a wood type that looked very medieval, and that was pretty much it, right? This was your block palette essentially, in the spruce wood, of course, right? That was your block palette. What does this remind you of? Like, what do you think of when you think of stone and wood, right? It just automatically means that you're going to go into a more medieval style, right? Whereas now we have so many more options and so many more different colors. Like these, I mean, you go back 5 years and I'm telling you, most people would be like, yeah, this is definitely a mod block. There's no way this would be added into Minecraft. But these are very alien textures and stuff like that. Whereas we just didn't have that. We also didn't really have good modern builds, because we basically just had quartz and snow block and then white wool. I know this is smooth quartz, but you know what I mean. And so modern wasn't really a thing, because until like diorite, and now we have diorite and we have calcite, and we have one of the big ones was the concretes and bone blocks. We have like way more white blocks to actually make modern builds a lot more exciting. And so modern has now come into a more full category. And same with fantasy. A lot of the time when you go look at fantasy, it's just really ugly, because a lot of the time you just get mushrooms. But unfortunately, the terracottas look absolutely disgusting comparative to like the new terracottas. Like this looks so much more clean in so many different ways than these old terracottas. I don't know, but fantasy has gotten a big boost. But also the fact that you have like the foliage has gotten a lot better. I mean, you have spore blossoms, you have way more attachments, you have way more foliage, way more grass types, etc., etc. So it really does has helped significantly in that regard. All right, mangrove and mud, packed mud are already quite a good addition. I don't know who exactly used the deep dark blocks for building. That's true. The bare essentials. Haha. Welcome, Emmy. Hope you having a fantastic day. Blue Boob, I will find some more stones that could really help. Good additions in the future for sands, at least. Yeah. Fantasy best theme. True. Absolutely true. Fantasy jungle is just, it's prime. It's just so good. What do you mean by terracotta? These are like these are terracottas. They used to be called hardened clays, but now they're called terracotta. Oh, hello, Lucas. How are you? Man, Lucas actually talking in my chat without teleporting me a billion times on the server. It's like a miracle. It's incredible. But hello, welcome to stream. Yeah, so yeah, we're doing good. But yeah, the block palette, like one of the main things that the block palette needs right now is more variation in tan blocks. So I'm talking about sand, I'm talking about like sandstone. Like all of these look very, very similar. We don't have any dark versions of this at all. Like no dark version. Like how many dark tans do we have? We basically don't have any. So there's basically no gradient that you can make out of these that actually looks like decent enough. My personal opinion. Welcome. All right. Tough is my new favorite block. Haha, it looks like more stone-like. That is true. Tough looks fantastic. I will say that I don't like the the stark difference between actual stone and tuff. But you can definitely use it really, really well in an accenting color, just maybe not as a main stone, because unfortunately, it's kind of alienated itself, because if you use this as a main stone, you can't, because you don't have any of the stairs and slabs and walls, and if you really mix it in, it just does not look amazing, because all of these are all grayscale really, really nicely, but the tuff doesn't it doesn't have a scale as much, because like if you go deep slate, then it's definitely not gonna. I mean, there's a bit of a balance, but the thing is that there's still pretty harsh contrast to it. Trying to think of other blocks that would go with tuff, and I can't think of any. Like you got some acacia, but again, the color contrast is really, really strong. I would say it's just there's nothing that works super, super smoothly with tuff yet, and that's something I want. But I'm always in the market for better, newer, maybe not even better, but like just new stone textures and stuff like that. So, like, I'm a sucker for stuff like that. What do you think about varying blocks, though? For example, changing states. Would it be cool, in your opinion, if there were more similar blocks? Yes and no. The problem with that is that if you do that too much, then we're essentially going to start having to break the creative inventory. So when I go into the creative inventory in 1.8, it's basically it's essentially you basically used to scroll probably down a few times, and then that was it. Like literally it was basically down to the wool and a little bit more, and that was it. Like that was the extent, right? And now you have to scroll way further down. So if we keep adding because like look at how much area the copper takes up. That's like 1, 2, 3 full sections of this creative inventory plus a little bit more, right? That's a lot for a single, like, pretty much a single block, essentially, to take up. That's like tons and tons of real estate. So if we keep doing that, then eventually the creative inventory is going to actually have to change. Like, I'm talking like actually expanding it and making it bigger. I've always thought that you should be able to do that anyway, because like literally nobody cares. Like there's just all this dead space right here that could be used in many, many different ways. Like I understand that it kind of keeps some continuity between survival and creative, but the creative inventory is going to eventually have to change, where it needs to be a little bit more specific. I don't like the bedrock inventory, but they had to change because of the marketplace adding so many new items. So basically they had to categorize stuff. So you basically like you had stone, and then you was like it's a plus button. And then you'd click on the stone, and then it would expand all of the stones and stuff. I don't like that, personally. But I think eventually that's what Java's going to end up having to do, unless they want to do more tabs, which I think would actually not be a terrible thing, but who knows. I think a lot of people would disagree with that. Only use tuff for shadowing, such erosion, making in terrain. True. I think the Minecraft needs a UI update badly. Yeah. See, that's the thing. See, here's the problem that Mojang is constantly in a battle with. See, they have to fight because they can't just update a UI because they think it looks nicer. Because this does not look the nicest. It doesn't function the nicest. You have all of the slabs need to be in one section, right? Where if I right click and it just like it will give me a drop down menu of like full blocks, slabs, and walls, right? Why are walls over here? I don't understand that, right? That makes no sense to me. These should be in the main building blocks because they are main building blocks, right? So if I right clicked right here, so obviously left click changes, but right click would essentially give me a drop down menu and say stone, stairs, walls, and like fences or something like that, right? And being able to do something like that, obviously you'd have this more main thing, but the reality is that like you have stairs and slabs here, and then stairs and slabs here, and then you have stairs like slab or stairs up here, and then some stairs over here, and it's all just so scattered around. There's no rhyme or reason. Like why aren't all of the stone or like why aren't all of the slabs together? That makes no sense to me. Like why are like all of the walls together, but why aren't all the slabs together? Right? Because like if I come up here, this is all the full blocks. Oh, and then I get to the slabs, and then I get to the stairs, and then I get to the walls. Right? Makes no sense to me that they're all just so separate and distant from each other. Because like I'm like, oh, I want to find a slab, and it's like, okay, well, there's a slab in here. Nope, it's all the way down here. You know what I mean? Like it annoys me because it does not seem like that should be a thing to me at all. Personally, I don't get it. It makes zero sense to me. But that would just be something that they would have to sit down and actually design that to be really nicely user friendly. Because right now it's not user friendly. It's experience friendly, where I know that my stone slabs and stuff are all down here, right? I know that my andesite slabs are up here. I know that my stone stairs are right here. Like, I know that just because I've done it so many times. And every time I update, things get swapped around and changed around. So I have to kind of like, my brain has to like rewire itself. But I also don't use the search bar all that often, which I think some people complain about. They're like, oh, well, just use the search bar. I don't know why I don't. I just don't. It would be great if they could add things like stone wall, copper wall. I don't know why they didn't. So you know how like Minecraft has progression? Like in the game, you go from wood to stone to iron to, to diamond to enchanted diamond to netherite to like fully maxed out stuff, right? There's a progression, right? You don't get diamond first and then you go to wood, right? There's a progression in it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the updates too, because the thing is that they could give builders all they want in one update. They could give all of the walls, all of the slabs, right? All in one update. But the thing is that then they would run out of... I'm not saying they would run out, but I do think that it would significantly hurt their updatability. But also, it takes a huge amount of time to add a single block into the game. I mean, you don't realize how much it actually requires to put a single block into the game. Because that block can interact many, many different ways, especially with like the coppers and stuff like that. So I'm fine with the fact that they will eventually. It's just, they just don't yet. And that's kind of the gig. If you're in Minecraft, you just they want to be able to give something for everybody. They want to give a little bit of adventure for those survival players. They want to give some redstone for the redstone players. They want to give some new blocks for building. And if they don't, then it's an easy be like, oh, we'll just add some slabs and stairs and walls to some already existing blocks. And that's what they've done in the past, and that's what they're going to continue to do in the future. And I don't see any change to that, and I don't necessarily say that's something wrong, because then we feel like we're actually, I feel like we're actually being essentially taken care of. But even though we're like literally not even, I mean, we're kind of just like afterthoughts essentially. Like, that's definitely what happened with what happened with like Caves and Cliffs Part 3, basically, is that they definitely focused on the Deep Dark, which honestly, it doesn't really give any building anything. It was just purely adventure and stuff like that. Melt. But that's fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, but it is what it is. But I also think that Minecraft, I mean, the whole new chat, like, reporting system, I'm just gonna wait to see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna harp on Mojang yet. Because I don't see how that's constructive for them yet. Until we actually get a product that's bad, there's really no point in complaining about it. Because they aren't going to change their mind pre-release. They're not going to be like, oh, so we're going to add this new feature, gets a bunch of backlash for it, and then change the feature just before they even actually release it. They want to at least try. Like, no matter how you slice it, that is the best way to do it. And hopefully they do think... I mean, hopefully they take the community seriously. But we'll see. You gotta remember Minecraft is a huge say in what happens with Minecraft. I think that's true on some level, but not as true as you think. I think when it comes to updates, that's Mojang. Almost completely Mojang. I don't think Microsoft cares, to be honest. Like Microsoft, it's like Minecraft is a property of Microsoft, but I don't think like Microsoft actually cares. As long as Mojang keeps putting out really nice updates, I don't think they care. I don't think executives at Microsoft are sitting here like, oh my gosh, okay, we need something different. Like, they don't, like, because Mojang generally listens to their community, right? For the most part. I'm not saying that's totally true, because that's impossible to be totally true, because the reality is that when you have, half a billion players around the world, it means that you can't listen to a huge, you try to listen to a huge, as many as you can, but you can't listen to most. And then there's also like the practical side of it, where it's like if you work on an update and then it's just not good, then it is just not good. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So as far as content-wise goes, I definitely say Mojang has pretty much all control. Policy-wise, I think that's Microsoft. Here's the thing for servers: when people can report messages directly to Mojang, even when people have banned from playing servers. Here's my hot take on it. I don't think that's actually such a bad thing. Because for me, I mean, see, here's the thing. I'm kind of split, because on one hand, it means that it's kind of, it's protecting kids, which is important, from scams, from predators, from a lot of nasty stuff. But it also means that there is a potential to have things be abused, where this can be abused, right? So some people will say that it's a necessary evil, and I would agree that it is possible that it's a necessary evil, because I've seen the depravity of the effect that scams and things can have on really young kids. Because again, you got to remember that this is not an adult game. This is not freaking, this is not CS:GO, right? A bunch of kids play this. This is very targeted at really, really young kids. Like, I'm talking 4 and 5 and 6 years old, right? And if parents aren't aware enough of how Minecraft works, like when Edmund is, or when my nephew starts playing more online, maybe gets some friends online, being really cautious about that is something that I have knowledge and the ability to handle, whereas most parents don't know what goes on. They just think, oh, it's targeted at kids, then it must be safe. When reality is that it's not. Really, Minecraft is not safe for kids. It really isn't. I'm talking about servers, not really anything else. And I think realms are okay with reporting, whereas third-party servers would be left alone. Yeah, I would agree. But I mean, I also get it from a corporate perspective. It makes sense. It makes sense to me why they do it. As long as the setup is fine, like the setup and it's reviewed by a human, I say that's not horrible. But I also understand the risk that they're taking without context, because you can't get context of a server. Because there can be things said, even just like between friends, right? Because friends can say some really nasty stuff. There's definitely a limit, but like I've certainly said things as a joke that are super, super offensive, right? But they were around friends, right? They know that I don't actually hold the beliefs that I do, right? Or that I said, right? It was a joke, right? So without that context of knowing who's who, I would say, yeah, it can get out of hand. It can actually be pretty disruptive. But I do think that it might help the toxicity in the community if there's a fear of getting banned. How long it take you to make this huge train? I started, this is probably, I'm about 4 hours into this right now. It's really not bad. It's just a lot of smoothing right now. I've been smoothing for pretty much, like, the placement of the train took probably, I don't know, 2 hours, and then the actual smoothing is going to take much longer than that. But I'm getting closer, slowly but surely. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's just a slow process. But it'll look fabulous once it's done. Yeah, I don't know. I think it will take down toxicity. I do agree that Mojang needs better moderation rules, especially around servers. But I think a lot of it needs to be client-side and not necessarily server-side. I know that it's probably not going to affect people that much, to be honest with you, because from what I know, Spigot and Paper are both just yeeting the code. They're essentially just making workarounds so that none of the stuff will actually go back. Like, it can't actually go back to Mojang or something like that. Could be wrong about that. That's what I would hope, actually, is that developers of servers basically just bypass it. Just like how they bypass the 1.9 PvP update, right? They just completely bypassed it, right? So, like, I'm not actually not too worried about it. I'm not going to be worried about playing on Hypixel, because I bet you anything that they're going to basically just be like, nope, we don't want Mojang to be able to control our own players, right? Right? We don't want that. So we're just not going to allow it at all. Like, we want to control what we do. Hey, Jules. Wait, was there a PvP update in 1.19? Oh man, you're right. You're totally right. 1.8 servers won't be affected, right, Lucas? Because it's not like it's only 1.19.1, right? So any server that's 1.19.1 will get the effect, but or whatever update that it comes into, right? Am I online still? Yes. 1.9 is affected. Yeah, okay. So Hypixel won't be affected at all. Wait, okay, but let me ask you this, Lucas. If I get banned on 119, does that mean I'm also banned on 118? Combat? No. We're not talking about a combat update. Your Microsoft account is banned. Oh, damn. So basically, I'm not going to play on any 1.19 servers, essentially, is what you're saying. Yikes. Okay, that's worse than I thought, to be honest. Yeah, that's a bit worse than I thought. Yikes. So Jules, basically Mojang in 1.19 plus. By the horse, if you want another project, you can do the Keystone contest. Check their Twitter. All right, let's go check their Twitter. Twitter. Keystone. There are mods that are already out which strip all of the cryptography so messages can't be traced. Ooh, that's really nice. Keystone Bank. Minecraft. Holy fork. That's a nice build. A little messy, but it is a nice build. Bed Wars Party is freaking good at building. Anyway, builds. There we go. Let's see what's up with this. Okay. Theme for a second build: battle mythical support. Besides the judges have already mentioned, we also have 3S MC build showcase. Who else would you like to see as a jury? Tag them below. Okay. Is that it? 200 by 200, July 20th to July 20th, or July 20th. Oh, damn. Okay. $300. Hosted by dedicated MC. Keystone's only 2 years old. Damn. Probably not, because I'm not good at organics, and a lot of those require absurdly high skill in organics. Which is really annoying, but it is what it is. Hello, Willow Perch. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'm having a fantastic day. I'm currently working on a new mega project. I don't know why I said mega project, but it's 1,000 by 1,000, so it's large. But Mythical Castle is always considered mythical. That's true, but this is this build that I'm working on right now is a little larger than 200 by 200. It's actually let's see how much larger it is. I'm actually curious. Okay, so 200 by 200 equals 40,000, and then let's do like 365. Which I knew. Wait, hold on. What? How high? How many blocks? How many blocks in the new height limit? Let's see. 319. And there's lower limit. Let's see. So 319. So I mean, I'll just go with 319 then. 40,000 times. Oops. 40,000 times 319. I know that's okay. So that's 12 million versus 1,000. By 1,000 is 10,000. 100,000. Right? I'm either tired or I'm stupid. Oh, 1 million. Right. I'm stupid. 320. Okay. Times 319. So yeah, slightly bigger. Just slightly. It's 25 times larger. 25 times larger. That is absurd. Actually absurd. I'd still prefer a 75 base over 1K by 1K plot any day. You're probably not wrong. It's just that 75 by 70 plots don't do well on YouTube. So, yeah, there's that. Unfortunately. Okay, bye, and enjoy training. Thank you, I appreciate it. Slightly bigger, 2022. Yeah. Also, what time is it for you right now? It is currently 3 in the morning. And I started about 2, so I've been streaming for probably about an hour now. Look at all this smoothing being done. It's beautiful. I don't even know where I'm on my build. Like, it's so massive that I can't even tell where I am on my freaking build. That is so freaking depressing to me. Oh, I'm on the back, I think. Yeah, I'm on the back. Okay. Okay. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. See? Super simple. Super easy. Yes. Jules also, or not Jules, Jewel also. I have now completed, let's see, how many days? I have completed 19 days straight of, Dooch. Dude, the last time I built something and got teleported, I can't find the build anymore, lol. Good pronunciation. Just shut up. Do you, if you've lost your map, where is it? Is it on a private server? Or is it on BR? Or is it on another server? The punctuation wasn't a joke? Wait, of like me saying douche? You mean that or Jules? Because I know that's wrong. Because it's Jewel. Jaruka. Which I know is wrong, but whatever. Now you saying my name correctly. Oh. Okay. Well, no, I said it wrong because I said Jules. And not Jewel. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm honestly not going to be too bothered about the train because honestly, most of it's just going to be covered up with giant trees. Nah, it's on a private server. It normally looks fine, but the time I forgot to set. Okay, so you can, if it's on a private server and you can take the world. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to teach you how to find your worlds really quickly. Okay, so you can see my thing. So basically, get something called amethyst. Or amulet, sorry. So get amulet, and basically what you can do... don't care. So you can open a world. So, like, let's do, like, house render. And then 3D viewer. And it'll load the pack. if it loads. I'll keep it building while it waits. But basically, you can find missing builds actually fairly easily. Okay. Where is it? So you can go into chunk. So you can essentially go out here, and then you'll be able to like actually view the chunks themselves on the world, if that makes sense. So if you had, I think I said hit Maisha afterwards, and I feel stupid. Oh, seriously? You did. That's right. You did spell it because it's me is ya. Wow, is that MC World Edit, but 1.12 plus? Yes, yes, exactly. It is. Oh, and see, like, I can, like, see if this was my build. I could basically find it. And it's a lot easier since I don't have to fly around. If that makes sense. Hetmaisha is the girl, right? Because Maisha is Maisha is girl. Jungen is boy. Sip is juice. So, ich bin, or is it bent? I know it's sometimes ben and sometimes it's bent. I don't know the difference yet, but ich bin, ja, bent, I think. So I am and you are, stuff like that. So like, ich bin in, man. I am a man, or ich bin in, wait, wait, hold on. You bent, so you are in Jungen, you are a boy, and, ich bin, I am in man. So you are a boy and I am a man. Ich bin, some, wow, okay, that's a lot of information that I don't know how to read. You can use MCA selector also, but lighter than anime finds build since it gives away the top-down view. Yeah, exactly. So there's ways to find your build. I ended up rebuilding the whole thing from memory. Oh, gosh. Sorry to hear that. Well, now you know for the future, hopefully. Anyway, Jules, how have you been? Hopefully you've been doing all right. I've been tryharding the content. Wait, isn't it like the July 20th? And it's June, right? Is it like, did I look at the wrong thing? Oh, June. Oh. I thought it was, because I read July. I was like 20th to 20. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I appreciate it, though. Are you going to show me what you've been working on, though? Come on, Jewel. Get it together. Show me what you've been doing. It's like, I'm insulted that you haven't already shown me like 10 billion times. You can check out on the server. Oh, okay. What version is it? builds.keystonemc.net. builds.keystonemc.net. first. Alright. Sup, nerds. Plot visit. Okay. Ha, sucker. Can't trap me. Ooh, this is awesome. Are you not using my plants? Joel. Unbelievable. Why aren't you using my plants? Oh, you don't have access to my plants, do you? Can't import schematics. Oh, damn. This is cool so far. Why the blue blocks, though? Yeah, see, I don't have the time nor energy to do building like this. Are these my mushrooms? No, they can't be my mushrooms. Right. They look very similar, though. Yeah, I have no time, no patience to do anything like this. See, it's just our organics. I can't do organics. Plot visits. Whatever. Spawn. Let's say with GG. Cool. I like the tiny little spawn. It's just so tiny. So keep in mind from getting demotivated by other builds. I see. Well, so far you've done pretty damn good. None of this is amazing so far. It's all pretty eh. Let me just import my my Mr. Beast build real quick. Gonna make a dragon out of roots / plants too. Ooh, very exciting. Well, I can't wait to see it. But yeah, I don't really do competitions unless I know that there's big money on the line, really. So, unfortunately, can't say much. More chances for me to win. Exactly. So that's how you should be looking at it. I'd love to host a build contest at one point or another, but we'll see. We'll see one day. Maybe one day. Is this the back? Yeah, it's the back. Guys, we're getting close to having this actually look somewhat done. Well, smoothed-ish. Obviously, a lot of this is not perfect. It's far from, actually, because it's, I mean, there's so many different, I mean, look at how many freaking diagonals there is in this one freaking map. But Most of it will be covered up by terrain and stuff, so it shouldn't be too big. Hey there, Horace. Hello, 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 Fullman. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's also been a while since I streamed, so maybe that's my fault? I don't know. But yes, hello, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you have a fantastic day, and if not, hopefully it gets better. I am currently working on a small project, super small, as you can see, super duper small. It's 1,000 by 1,000. And it's going to be a giant, massive, ultra big waterfall. Yes, it's been a while. I've been quite busy. How are you doing today? I'm doing all right. Decided that I needed to start on a new project, so I did. Here's render point. So, giant waterfall right here will go down into basically this whole, like, ocean, essentially. Castle village thing here, here, bridges connecting, main bridge connecting all the way to this big main point for the castle, big giant castle, don't know what we'll do with it yet, bridge coming over to here, temple, religious thing made up, obviously, something here, maybe some towers on each thing, we don't know, and then basically just a bunch of terrain elsewhere. So that's exciting. I'm currently doing all of the smoothing that is required for a build like this at the current moment. So that's what I'm doing. Making sure that doesn't look like there's a bunch of blobs. Yeah. So it's getting there. I have this to do, but I've been working pretty diligently on this back end right here, which is getting there. Needs some substantial work, but we will get there, I believe. But yeah, what have you been busy with? What you've been busy with. All right. I need to get some water, get some hydration. Yummy water. Opposed to really disgusting water, which I don't drink, but horse posture check. All right. Posture check. School exams, jobs, and so on. Yeah, I get that. And I also got accepted to my new school next year, so I can start my education. That's awesome. Congratulations. Hopefully you do super, super well, which I'm sure you will. Got to think about your future. Got to do really good. Because here's the thing. I don't think college, like, I don't think the whole, like, the idea that college is for everybody. I'm not that kind of person. I don't think college is for everybody. I think you can do perfectly fine without college. But if you do go to college, then at least don't, I mean, at least take it seriously, right? Like, if you go to college, at least get really nice grades so that you might, when you actually go into the field that you're going for, you'll actually already show that you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just waste your time at college, you know? You know, if you're paying for it, then, spend the time and, spend the actual effort to learn and get really good at what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you're just essentially wasting tens of thousands of dollars. Well, maybe it's not as expensive in the UK, or expensive in Europe, but... But get as much as you can out of it. And, yeah, I'm sure you do absolutely fantabulous. It's always kind of sad because a lot of the best builders in the world right now, they're all kind of going... because they all started really young. Like, all of the best builders right now started really young. But now all of them are, starting to you know, take life a little bit more seriously, realizing that Minecraft is definitely not going to be the answer to all their problems, long term anyway. So they're all leaving, which is always sad. I'm glad that I've been able to keep most of like my close friends, like my close building friends around, like Quentin. Like I'll be very, very sad when he leaves Minecraft. In general. Not to mention the time you need to invest in your study. Yeah, exactly. But college is very difficult. I don't... See, that's the thing about it. I don't understand why college is the norm when it's as difficult as it is. Or turning into a render artist and such. Yeah, why is that? Why does that feel like the natural progression? People get really good at building and then they turn into render artists. Like, I don't get that. Like, aren't they two very different skills? I mean, there is obviously some overlap, but not as much as it seems like there is. Like, once you get super duper good at building, you're just, like, automatically good at rendering. If you spend the time to, like, learn how to render. Well, education is free in Denmark. I just finished, like, the primary school, which is from grade 0 to 9, and I took a 10th grade just to relax a year. Because the skills overlap. Oh, okay. Making shapes look good in both MC and Blender, for example. I see. That's fair. Go the last year has just been relaxing for a bit. Also study a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's all... The terrain is messy. I know that. I'm aware of that. I get it. It's not clean. Doesn't look amazing. But I don't need it to be amazing. That is not the goal, especially since the video won't really be focused on any of this at all, for the most part. At least it shouldn't be. But I do need to make sure this is all smooth before I actually start painting, because if there's a spot that's not smooth, then it's basically gonna just be unsmooth forever. So I need to do a very thorough... Yeah. I mean, you have to build good and definitely don't want to waste. So it makes... Wait, it makes it look cool and try to learn something that may be useful. Why not? Yeah, that's true. That is true. To be fair, at the moment, Minecraft is a job for me. Yeah, that's true, Lucas. But it's a job, but in a more traditional sense, because you're doing server administration, which is not that uncommon of a job. Whereas, like, building is much more niche to very specifically the Minecraft market. And I'm not saying that yours isn't very specific to the Minecraft market too, but you have skills that translate, like development and stuff, like physically developing plugins, which is like, you know, skills that you can use on the outside world as well as Minecraft. Like, one of the main reasons why you can host a server that's way better than most everything else is purely because you can develop your own stuff, which makes a huge difference, because you can make a unique experience, unlike most people who think that they buy a bungee cord server from MC Pro Hosting, they buy a spawn, they get a few plugins set up like Skywars and Bedwars and Skyblock from a free plugin list from MC Market, and then they're like, oh, well, now I'm going to be successful. When in reality, it's a little harder than that. And there's a ton of tutorials on YouTube teaching you. Well, yeah. That's the thing, is that I'm sure that I could learn. But for me, I don't have the time. Like, literally. Because if you think about it at this point, I am now to the point where I am at a make it or break it. Right? I will either... I will literally either sit here continuing to make YouTube videos, or I will fail flat out, right? There's no two ways. I cannot... I'm really good at building. I know that. I'm not super insecure about that. But I'm not amazing at video editing yet. So I'm going to be paying somebody else to do that for the next bit, which is going to be really freaking nice for me. So I just need to be able to present my own work in a really entertaining way so that I can essentially make money from that. Or like make money from from building and stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it works. But if I can't make enough money, then I'm just flat out. I can't do anything. Right? Like, I'm done with Minecraft because I gotta go find something else to do. I gotta go find a job. I honestly never leave Minecraft totally, but I certainly won't be doing anywhere near the scale of what I do at all. And as long as my shop is making, you know, $28 a year, then I mean I'm pretty much set for keeping the shop open and occasionally building and doing stuff like that. So I won't ever disappear fully, but I can't promise I'll be around forever unless YouTube, you know, actually starts to work. Because at the moment it has not been working. But I'm hoping to change that pretty significantly here in the upcoming months. Because I may be hopefully making deals with some peoples to give me a little bit more traction. So we'll see. We'll see. My fingers are crossed. Because it would be nice to be able to actually give you guys a more consistent product, for sure. More entertaining. Look at this mess. Let's just make it all more messy. And then we'll smooth it down and hopefully it'll look a little better. Look at how messy this is. Super messy. It's amazing. I love it. Alright, let's do this whole thing over here. Have you tried Meta Edit and Meta Brush? I literally just tried to do a little bit of that this morning. I have not done enough. I need to do a little bit more research on it. I know that it's helpful. I just don't have the time right now to learn it. So I need to do it at some point, but we'll see. Server, privately owned, like box. But welcome to stream. I am currently working on a new mega project called maybe Aurora Falls. Technically already used that before, but the IP isn't under mine, so maybe making, because it needs to be something Falls. You know, I should name it Keystone Falls. But I can show you the render point. Obviously, my distance is really low, so I can get better frames. But basically, giant waterfall comes down to basically an ocean, right? Second waterfall, these connect in the back. And then castle, Bart. And then main castle, something of a temple, thing like that. And then basically, the rest is just a bunch of terrain. All right, how long have we been streaming? We have been streaming for an hour and 42 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, there we go. Make it a little less smooth. And then it should smooth out when I do this. And just like that. Works beautifully. The fog is weird though. Like that I'm just in this time. Oh wow. Look at that. I wish I could give that effect. Oh, it looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it makes it so good. What makes you have motivation to build? Oof, that's a tough one right there. I feel like I've been asked that question a lot recently. And it's a really good question because a lot of people really struggle with it, but I have motivation isn't what makes me build. It can help for sure. It can help me build faster, and it can help me build for longer in like in a single session. But it is not what helps me build. What helps me build is the self-control to just sit down and actually build, to sit down and actually do the boring parts, to sit down and actually, you know, to work, right? Because this isn't a game for me anymore. This is my job. This is what I need to do to live, essentially. Which is of course weird to a lot of people, and that's fine. But the reality is that I need this. I need this for my future, and so I can't just sit down and be lazy. I can't ignore it. I can't just not, right? I cannot just not do it, right? It is something I'm required to do. Just like if you go get hired at, you know, a job at McDonald's, and you are required to do that job, right? Same, kind of the same thing, right? I require myself to get up in the morning. I require myself to eat. I require myself to build. It's the same thing, right? To me, the motivation certainly can help significantly, but it is absolutely, I don't have the option. It is not an option not to build. I can take breaks, but I cannot not build, right? Like if I want to take a few days off and not build anything, great. I'll work on something else, right? I'll do video editing, I'll do thumbnails, I'll do, and sometimes I just have to take full breaks. I binge a bunch of Netflix, right? Because sometimes burnout is, it's a serious thing. It's something that's very, very scary to me, and I need to take it very, very seriously. But at the end of the day, I need to get up, and I need to build, and I need to work, right? Nothing is free in this life, and especially on a platform YouTube, it's brutal. You need to work hard, and I don't work as hard as I should. But I also know that if I push myself too hard, then I'll burn out, and I cannot burn out because then I'm stuck up. I'm stuck up a creek without a paddle. I cannot get so burnt out that I can't come back for weeks, right? I've done that before, and it's really, really brutal. Like, it's like all of my skill to build, like, just vanishes. And so far, it has definitely not happened so far, because I have a much healthier relationship with building than I used to, for sure. So that's definitely helped. But yeah, sometimes you just have to sit down and actually build. But a lot of that, you know, motivation is just... Motivation is for my future, for not just me, but, like, maybe a future wife or future kids, right? You know, for being able to, you know, if my family gets in a hard time, you know, just stuff like that, you know. Just being able to handle that, you know. If I can't, then what am I doing? So I gotta work. I don't know. It's a bit of a rambly, but also remember to do things that make you happy while you take a break. Yeah, that's true. That helps a lot. I definitely think that we over glamorize the idea that we need to be happy 24/7 when we're working, and we don't, right? Am I sitting here just over the moon happy? No, not really. Am I happy? Yeah, I'm generally pretty happy that I get to build, and I get to spend time with you guys, and it's a lot of fun. But it's kind of boring work. I mean, I'm literally just clicking my mouse and editing some terrain. It's gonna look nice when it's finished, but it's not exciting. It's not fun. It's forking boring. You guys make that a lot better, but it certainly isn't perfect. So, but yeah, I'll get there. But I also just like making art, you know. I do enjoy it more than, you know, a lot of other things. So, there's definitely, I get stuff out of it, just personally. That's really important too. Like, if you want an end product, you gotta work for it. Nothing comes for free, unfortunately. Okay. Let's mix these up a little bit. Make them a little less round, a little less perfect. A little bit more rocky. Get it, rocky. We'll get there. We'll get there. But we're getting there, guys. Look at how, like, I don't think there's any, like, major areas that need to be smoothed. It's just doing a lot of touch-ups that I can do pretty quickly, actually. But yeah, doing something you love is definitely makes the job easier, but you'll not love it 100% of the time. It's a very common misconception. It can be very destructive, too. Because if you're expecting to have fun all the time, then your mindset needs to change, not the job. Do something that you can enjoy occasionally, but like the end product, you can be very proud of and enjoy. But like I definitely enjoy like the Mirage. Like when I get the renders back, I really enjoy just walking around my own worlds and enjoying that sense. That's a lot what I've enjoyed. Not necessarily. But the process itself is not the most enjoyable thing for sure. And I don't think that will ever be the most enjoyable process or part of the process, because I think that would be naive on some level, on a big level, actually. You don't want to be naive, do you? But it is almost 4 in the morning, so I'm probably gonna have to get off here soon. And definitely not building because something you think I can do better. But at some points you just don't want to because you think you've spent too much time on it. Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true. Because there's also a lot of tricks that you can use where it's like if you don't want to spend so long on doing one thing, then a lot of the times, like for example, if you're making an interior for a house, then just set your limit for that interior where you just can't where when the timer goes off, you're done. The interior is done, right? Will it look perfect? No, but oftentimes you can trick your brain because like sometimes you'll just like finish the interior sooner than the timer comes off, and then your brain is basically rewards itself by thinking, "Oh my gosh, I just did that, way faster than the timer." And then, you know what I mean? And if you do that enough, if you set your brain to have expectations and then you beat those expectations consistently, you'll get way, 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 way more motivation. And a lot of that actually can come out of like when you're really good at building and you make something and then you do it the first try and it looks good the first try, then that continues to motivate you to continue doing that. Whereas like it's a lot more demotivating when you're trying to figure out like you're trying to make some terrain and then you keep trying and trying and trying and trying. You're not good enough at making terrain to make it look good on the first try. It gets really demotivating, right? So pushing through that is really difficult. So like for me, making a structure, most of the time I do it first try. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to make a structure and then I do it. And then that's it. Right. But when you like finish your structure and you're like, I'm not really happy with this. This is not good enough. Then, it is kind of demotivating. So just literally just having having the self-control to sit there and keep going. After a break, once you want to quit, then you take a break and then you decide, man, is this break okay, good. I took a break. Can I now continue to build healthy, like in a healthy way? And if the answer is no, then just stop building altogether. Guess who has noodles? Noodles. Don't noodles. You have noodles? Do you have noodles? Are you gonna share your noodles with me? What kind of noodles? Like spaghetti noodles? Pasta noodle? Well, pasta noodles. Heh, lol. What kind of noodles, Jewel? Come on. Tell me. Correct guess. I know. I'm basically a genius. I don't think you've ever met a smarter person in your entire life. Chicken something. Like chicken parmesan, chicken alfredo, chicken cordon bleu. Can't just tease me with chicken something. It's like, that's not even fair. Chicken noodles, which vegetables? You like chicken noodle soup? Is it a soup? Is it a chicken pesto? You're not helping me out here, Jewel. You gotta help me out. I think so. What? That doesn't tell me. I've listed off like 10 things. And you're like, I think so. So what is it? Chicken pesto, chicken a la gang, chicken. There's a lot of chicken stuff that uses frickin' noodles. Sweet and sour chicken. I'm not a noodle. Wow. I expected too much of you. At least you tried to make building more fun for yourself by streaming, and then we don't have, and then we also have something entertaining. That's true. How many you get money? How much money do I get from YouTube? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much every single cent that I get from YouTube is from my store. So like the last, let's see. Let me look. Analytics. So in the last month, I've made a whopping $10. It's incredible, I know. Like, I mean, you guys are, yeah. I'm making so much money. I don't even get that money because I need to make at least $100 a month before YouTube actually pays me. Just say it's a worthy investment. Yeah. But I make less than $1 a day on YouTube. But I also don't upload every day, so it is what it is. My next video hopefully will make me some money. Because hopefully it'll give me a few thousand views, which will be really nice. But yeah, you guys definitely help when it comes, like, if I'm really bored and I really need to get something done, generally I'll stream and then I'll just kind of get it done. That's what I kind of did tonight. Normally I don't stream this late. I rarely stream this late. I used to stream this late a lot, actually. But, not anymore. Okay. Let's do this. Just keep smoothing it until it looks good. Wait, are you going to sleep after this? Probably not. I'll probably watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Umbrella Academy, or The Office, or just like some YouTube. Well, no, I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Late, me sitting here at 11:50 a.m. Oh gosh. It is currently 4 in the morning for me right now. Well, technically 3:50 something, 3:51, so not terribly late, but it is very early morning for me. All right, I think that's done. I could keep doing it, but I honestly don't think it's going to affect it enough for me to actually make that worth it. I'll put some effort into this main bit because I think that's important. But after that, I think I'm just gonna call it a day and not worry about it too much. Unless you guys think I should worry about it more. I just don't think it matters enough. Like, most of this is all pretty fine. Okay, so now we get to do the super duper exciting part. Guys, we're gonna get something, you guys are gonna actually watch something that's not freaking blending terrain. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't think you're mentally prepared for this amazingness. I don't think anybody could be. Okay. Fill 9/100. Wow, that does not go far inland. What if I did 2 up? How far is that gonna go? Heh. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. That's not good. Just don't be German then. What? What's wrong with being German? There's no wrong with being German. Good luck terraining again. Oh. I'm confused, Jewel. What are you saying? I don't know what do you mean by German? What's wrong with being German? we go. Horace. Hold on. The Dutch have a love-hate relationship with Germans. That's fair. Well, I can't say. Well, I see. I'm not an honorary Dutch person yet, so because like you and Quentin haven't adopted me yet, so maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right, Y6. But I'm certainly well, because I have to learn. I have to actually have a conversation with you that lasts more than 5 minutes in Dutch, and that's not gonna take. That's gonna take. It's just slight time. Just a little while. Because I'm only, again, 19 days into Dutch, and I'm currently terrible at it, so I can't even pronounce half the things. I also don't understand a lot of the stupid things. Like, why is it ben and bent? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me yet. And I don't have any, like, because, like, I know pronouns and stuff, and I can be like, ik ben in man, but then that's it. But that doesn't really help me have any conversations, because I don't know how to say hello, or I actually think it's like hiya, right? Is hello or something like that. So I don't actually have like decent knowledge of the language enough to actually have any type of decent conversation, which is rather frustrating and annoying. Hello, oh, hey, okay, okay. Go. How do you even spell that? How do you say that phonetically? Actually, hold on. Google Translate for the win.
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen. What? That doesn't sound. That sounds so freaking hard to say. What the hell? No. Why would you do this to me? You know, I'm just gonna put these higher so that I can put these higher. Good morning. The Dutch G is weird. Yes. Okay. How do you say the Dutch G? Like, can I literally just do like Dutch? Here and there we go. No, just Dutch. Come here, give me. Where's Dutch? Dutch. G.
G.
Hey. Hey. Oh gosh. Hey. How it that literally. Oh my gosh. Why do you guys make everything so freaking hard? How much higher is this actually? 26, 22. Hey. Do you have like the Europe is nice, that's true. Okay, but is it hey, like do you have like the or is it just like hey, or is it like hey? One or two. Hey. So it's kind of like the like the G kind of rolls. I don't know what the official thing would be for that. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Okay, and then fill 9100. Does that fill fully? No, it does not. 150. There we go. So it's good morning. Oh, wait, hold on. Something. Wait, hold on.
Goedemorgen.
Hold on. Here, let me do. Just good.
Goede.
Huda.
Goede.
Huda. Huda. Like that. Huda. Pretty. Sound really stupid, to be honest. But that's okay. Is it Huda? Like that? Like who that? But like in a much more weird way. Oh, it filled pretty deeply. Okay. That's good. We're making progress. Okay, let's make some progress over here. Yeah, the last E in it should be more of an Huda, like instead of Huda, like that. Huda, Huda, not not Huda, like that. Huda, like that. Dutch lessons with Horace and Jewel. Okay. Sup. Come on. All right. Wait, talk real quick.
Goede.
Huda.
Goede.
Huda. Wait, hold on. Say it again.
Goede.
Huda?
Yeah, it's more of a sound.
Huda. Like that? I don't know. Like here, do the last little bit, like the part. Like, it's literally just like you.
Goede.
Huda.
Yeah.
Like that?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Huda, and then how do you say morning?
Goedemorgen. Morgen.
Oh man, why do you make this so
Morgen.
Morgen?
Yeah.
Morgen.
Yeah, there's
Like
two G's.
hen.
You have a soft G and the hard G. The northern part of the Netherlands uses the hard G, and the southern part uses the soft
You're
G.
so freaking small. Why would you do that to me? It's freaking pissing me off. Making everything so complicated.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No. You can just use whichever you like, basically. If you think that the hard G, then is easier than the
Morgen.
Yeah, I think you find the hard one easier.
How is that morgen? Morgen?
Yeah, that's the hard one. That's instead of the
Morgen. Morgen.
So in the southern part we'd say morgen.
So
and you bury it. It's more of an H. Yeah.
So it is.
Goede.
Goedemorgen. Goede. It's like it's like because like in English, like the G sounds it's good, right? But like you use like 3 different types of G because like I don't know. That's so freaking confusing.
No, it's only one, but they use different ones in different accents.
Goede.
With their dialect.
Goeden.
Yeah. Goedemorgen. Yeah. Goedemorgen. That's the best one.
Bro, it's so freaking difficult. It's
yeah,
like
just keep in mind, just choose one pronunciation of the G,
Well,
just
see,
keep
that's the
that
thing is
for
that
all words.
I don't even know if I can pick one at the moment, because that's the thing is like, because like I'm not used to saying like a lot of the things. Like that's what's gonna like that's the struggle bus for me, because it's not necessarily that I don't understand the word. It's I don't necessarily understand the pronunciation of like the words, because I can't like, because like a lot of with English right now, because like I can speak fluent English, right? I can translate other things into other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense.
Like
yeah.
if it's like caterpillar, I can turn into, or like if I like cat, I can turn into caterpillar, because like they sound very similar, right? The start is the same, right?
Yeah.
But because I don't have those short, like I haven't practiced all of the G's and the E's and all of that, and like the does and like and such, it's like much harder. So like eventually it'll just start sticking.
So the Dutch word for cat is this, and you'd pronounce this as cat, right? Yeah, in Dutch you'd say kat. It's a different A.
Cot, like
Yeah.
a cot, like
ah.
a cot
It's
that
like
you would sleep in. Okay, interesting.
Oh, it's I think.
Are you late? No, you are never late. If you show up at all, then you are never late.
I feel like the Dutch way of saying the letter A, like kat instead of cat, is more like
Cot.
your
No,
like
but that's the thing is that we use both.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we use both A's. So cat, like C-A-T, right?
Yeah.
Cat.
Wait.
I'm trying to think of another word. And then there's
but
like,
you say the golf. Golf.
Yeah, but that's C-O-G-H.
Yeah, that's basically the pronunciation of the Dutch A.
Seriously?
Like, yeah. Golf, God.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's very similar. So L, it's pretty similar.
Okay, if you say so.
Mm-hmm.
I'll believe you. Maybe.
Yeah, you need to know like the different pronunciations for certain vowels and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But once I get it, I'll get it. It's just the practice.
It's very difficult to learn, I know.
Yeah. Why do you guys make it so freaking difficult?
I don't know. I didn't create the language, okay?
Well,
I did not make the language.
Well, yeah. Well, you're Dutch, so you should be able to dictate how the language is spoken. So that sounds like a you problem.
Fine, I'll just go ahead and change the entire
Americans
Dutch language.
being blamed for being like for having our educational system being stupid.
It is, yeah.
You're like
language.
If I'm allowed, if I'm responsible for that, then you're responsible for your own language being stupidly hard to learn. So
that's true. That's true. Good point.
Yeah. See, double standards.
That's a good point. That's a good point. No. I agree with you. You can blame me for the Dutch language.
I can't exactly. This is so freaking annoying because I'm trying to make water.
Wait, but like, why the fuck does this?
Don't freaking swear.
Sorry. Why does this rhyme?
I trusted you.
Sorry. My bad.
What?
Okay, so why does that rhyme with pony? English, explain.
Caught, baloney.
Bologna.
Bologna.
That's Bologna. Come on, man.
It is Bologna.
To
be honest, I didn't even know how to spell baloney, but I said baloney. That makes no sense to me because I never,
like, if you asked me how to spell baloney, I would not be able to tell you how to spell baloney. But then you just said baloney, or you spelled out baloney, and I just automatically read it. That makes no sense to me. Okay, I don't. How did I know that was baloney? What the fork?
That's pony.
How did I even know that? That makes no sense. Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Baloney.
That makes me angry.
Baloney. Oh, wait.
That's actually baloney? I said it's baloney.
Okay, this is pony. Bogna.
Why is... I need to find out. Why is baloney Yeah, spelled like that. Bologna is the name of a city pronounced Bologna, but also the sausage named after the city in English is spelled the same. It's pronounced Bologna and often is spelled bologna. Either spelling is acceptable for the sliced meat product. Oh, so it's your fault. It's Europe's fault that it's spelled that way, not our fault.
Okay, so you're just blaming me the entire European language now.
Yes, exactly. No, it is it's literally your fault.
It's fine
It's
because
literally your fault.
I speak Italian, of course, and
It's
Spanish.
literally your fault. It's your fault.
Fine.
It's your fault.
My bad.
It's
My
not.
bad.
It's
my
not.
bad.
It's for once not America's fault. Ha! Wow. Wow. I'm so happy about that. It's not America's fault. Wow. It's so refreshing to hear that.
Is that the first time in history that
It's
it's
the
not?
first time in history. It's the first
Everything
time
is-
in history that it's so I'm gonna head out for a little bit. Have a nice one, Horace. All right, thank you so much. It was nice seeing you. It's the first time in history that America is the one who's at fault. Ha! I'm so proud of America right now. It's gonna make me tear up. Stupid Italians.
Yeah, stupid Italians.
It's making everything harder for us.
True.
I'm kidding. Please do not clip that out of context 3 years from now.
Oh, it's already clipped.
Oh, well, okay, but don't, but don't.
No, it's kidding. I didn't clip it. Don't
No,
worry.
I know you wouldn't, but you could still technically go back and watch the stream, and I'm sure somebody will, and will try to cancel me for being like, oh, stupid Italians, even though I have literally no issue with Italian people. It's just
You're banned for racism, yeah.
yes, I get canceled because I don't like Italians for some reason, even though I've literally never been to Italy and I've never met a mean Italian. Like they just like a lot of wine and pasta. Like
True. They're very chill.
how can you be mad at someone for liking pasta and wine? Like what's the point of being mad at that? You know what I mean?
I mean, you can get mad at their pronunciations. Like that's
I
even
can,
more.
but I'm allowed to do that.
Wait, why? What?
Well, because I'm mad at freaking the Netherlands for having such confusing Dutch.
It's not confusing, alright?
No, it is absolutely confusing. No, you are not.
What's confusing about it?
Everything is confusing about it. There's nothing that's not confusing about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing is not confusing.
Give me an example of something that's confusing.
Dutch. You said something. I gave you something.
Fair enough. Checkmate.
Checkmate. Outplayed. Get wrecked.
Yeah, the Dutch is pretty confusing, even for Dutch.
Well,
Even for Dutch people.
American language is also really confusing.
They don't have a language. They stole the
Yeah,
English.
it's literally American. Yeah, what are you talking about?
English? No, American isn't a language.
Yeah, American is a language. What are you talking about?
No, it's English.
No. It's American.
No.
No, that's literally our language. We speak American.
Official language.
Google's wrong.
USA.
Google's wrong. Google's lying to us.
Or you don't even have a
Google's
language.
gaslighting you.
You don't have an official language.
No, it's American.
It's English.
No, it's American.
It's English.
It's American.
It's American English.
Just like how Facebook is American, so only Americans, so you can only speak American there.
No, it's
Yes.
American English.
No.
Oh shit.
My gosh,
we have-
clearly don't know anything. Google has been gaslighting you, Joel.
Wait. Oi su brasileiro. That's Spanish or Portuguese. I
That's
don't know.
Portuguese, yeah.
How
If
do you
he's
know?
from Brazil, it's Portuguese.
Ew.
I was gonna learn. I have tried to learn Brazil or Portuguese. Brazil. Oh my god.
Ah, yes, I speak Brazil.
I speak Brazil.
Let's go.
Portuguese was the first
study
language I tried to learn a little bit of because I had a friend who was Brazilian.
And you gave up to study Dutch.
No, I gave up to study Spanish, and then I hated Spanish, and then I was like, no, well, screw that. And then Rosemary was like, you should learn Finnish, and I was like, okay, I'll learn Finnish. And then
you failed.
and then, well, I didn't fail. I got to 100 days of like a 100-day streak. So I definitely did not fail that. I would have kept going given I had a purpose to keep going. You know what I mean? Because like when
not have a purpose to keep going.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't. What was the point of me learning a language that I wasn't gonna use with Rosemary if me and Rosemary stopped talking? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So, and now and then I tried to go back to Spanish, and then I was like, no, this is stupid.
Let's just hope that Quentin doesn't abandon you.
Well, or you, or
me,
Vicky,
or me,
or the other Dutch person I know. Hello, welcome back.
Because you know a million Dutch people.
That's why. Why do I know so many Dutch people? I don't.
Yeah,
it's such a freaking small.
There's so many Dutch people.
Yeah, why
building.
is there so many Dutch people? Like, get out of here, Dutch people. I'm kidding.
We are just extremely good at building.
You're all so stupidly good at building. I don't get it. It's like you're all good at building. It's like all of the pro builders that I know, you're all Dutch. You're all either Dutch or you can all speak Dutch. And then like the amount of American builders that I know that are actually good at building are like, yeah, go outside, Dutch people. Exactly. Exactly, Boo Bird. Exactly. You tell them.
Nah. There's too much water outside. We can't.
That sounds like a you problem.
No, we have always been at war with the ocean. That's funny.
That's true.
And we lost many times. I mean, we're completely dependent on the... Is that a dike?
Yes, right. It's a dike.
Yeah, we're completely dependent on those. Like, I think
isn't it like if it fails, billions, like basically the entire Netherlands will like just drown?
Yeah. Because I think like 30% of the Netherlands is under sea level.
I think it's more than that actually.
It could be more. And we made our own country. We made our own.
Netherlands is below sea level. A third.
Yeah, okay. 30%.
33%? Get it right?
Shut up.
So uneducated. Jeez. But still. Oh, billions. Lol. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I just assume. I don't know why I said that. Apparently,
yeah, billions.
Billions of Dutch people.
I think it's like 17 or 18 million at this point.
Population of the Netherlands. 17. Wow. It's funny. See, here's the thing. America gets so much crap, but the reality is that we're basically Europe, except we all share like a culture, right? Whereas like Europe is like way more diverse, right?
True.
But like
has way more cultures, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's funny because the Netherlands is like you can equivalent the Netherlands to like Colorado, because I think Colorado's freaking bigger than the Netherlands.
We have nothing.
Yeah, like Colorado itself is bigger than like Finland, it's bigger than Sweden, it's bigger than freaking Norway, like
yeah.
it's bigger than Scotland, the UK, and that's just one single state of the US.
Well, yeah, we have nothing. We have swamps and plains.
Yeah, you guys.
We don't have mountains.
Flowers.
We don't even have hills.
Yeah, you have flowers though.
We even tried to make our own mountain, and it was too expensive.
Did you actually try to make a mountain?
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just gonna laugh at you now.
Own mountain. Wait. Let me see. Are that Dutch mountains?
You mean hills? Dutch hills?
Exactly.
Dutch ant
We don't
hills?
have.
It's
Wait, there
all
was.
right, all right, guys, get out of the car. We're gonna climb this mountain. Oh wait, no, we're already at the top of it.
I think some insane Dutchman tried to make like his own mountain.
But it's just why?
Dutch dream of making artificial mountains.
Imagine having a dream of making a mountain instead of just having
That's how
mountains.
sad it is. Oh, by the way, I was right about that. I was closer to the amount of percentage.
I know. Don't rub it in. I'm
Yeah,
on stream.
I was
You have to
26.
No, you have to give me a good face.
I was right again.
No, you're not. You're never right.
No, just kidding. It was the American educational system.
Yes. It's a funny thing is I was never actually in the American educational system, so
Oh yeah, you aren't educated, I remember.
yeah, I was homeschooled, so. Wait, did you just say I wasn't educated? Excuse me? More education than you. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
That's not true.
That's probably not.
No.
It's definitely not actually.
No.
It's most definitely not true.
Probably not even close.
Probably not even like partially close.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
But
right?
you know, you have more life
It's
experience.
okay. Yeah, I was homeschooled for my entire life, pretty much, until I dropped out of homeschooling.
Dropped out of homeschooling.
Yes.
How does that even work? You just told your parents like, nope, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I want to do Minecraft. They're like, okay.
I want to build. I want to place blocks professionally.
Yes, professionally. Well,
And
I mean,
were
I
you?
just didn't have really an option because, like, after my surgery, I was just on bed rest for pretty much the entire time. So I was like, can you just, like, not stress me out about this? And they were like, sure. Well, my mom was. My dad didn't really have a say in it, so hopefully he's not watching.
My parents would kill me if I skipped school. Even 1 hour.
You have school in 1 hour? That's depressing.
Yeah. I actually do.
Just don't have school. Just get better.
No, I had 3 in between.
Just be better.
I had 3 with 3 hours right now. So I just went home. That's only like 15. That's only like 10 minutes of cycling.
Oof. Ouch. I feel so sorry for
Yeah, we use bikes to go to school, by the way. We don't have school buses.
I took a bike to school too.
Well, you were homeschooled.
Dang it. Hey, I tried.
I was like,
I tried to sneak that past you, but that didn't work, did it?
It's so funny to see that the first years of our school, they have to bring like an insane amount of books with them.
Mm-hmm.
In a giant backpack, but the backpack is normally like bigger than some of the students. So it's really funny to see them walk into the school with their absolutely huge backpacks, almost stumbling over, and we're like sometimes just pushing them down.
Excuse me. What?
Yeah, they can fall backwards.
Wow, that's so mean.
It's so funny though.
Bikes are so much better. It's actually safe to walk outside too. Fork, what happened? Damn it.
Is Bluebird Dutch?
It broke.
Uh-oh. No, it didn't.
No.
Wait, why didn't it?
Oh, it's so bad. Okay, you know what? I know what I'll do.
It's not broken.
It is broke. Look at this.
Why is it broken?
Because I did something stupid. I didn't.
That's the end of the radius.
I know, but no, that's not. This is not supposed to be underwater.
Ew.
None of that's supposed to be underwater.
Ew.
It's a big no-no. But I can just clog it off and fix it, thankfully.
In my country, it isn't safe to walk outside either.
So that's the thing about America, is that it was designed for cars and not for bikes.
Yeah, we have the other way around.
And the thing is that was because, like, the thing is that you guys were like pretty much a fully developed country by the, like, Europe was generally pretty fully developed by the time that cars came about, right? Whereas we were still developing, and the thing was,
we were in the Middle Ages.
Because, like, okay, think about it like this. Think about having a country that's bigger than Europe, like a whole country, not just a small, like, right, not just a state, a whole country that's bigger than Europe, and you have to connect it so that you can control the whole area, right?
Yeah, and then have it develop over, like 1,000 years later than Europe. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And because I bet you that if Europe was a country in and of itself, it would be developed pretty much the exact same way as Europe, because, or as America, because if you're thinking about efficiency of globalization, then having roads designed the way they are is beautiful, because it makes things much easier for us. Like, I can go anywhere in the United States because I have a road to go there. Where, and I'm sure that's true for Europe, but I would say that in general, because we are more self-sufficient on cars because of just how it was designed, because we never really, like, in the night, you know, when all of this was being designed, like the highways and all of that, when all of this was being designed, there was never a thought of, are bikes better? No, cars were faster, more efficient, like everything about them was better, right? But now it's like, oh, bikes are better because they, you know, they help the environment, they're more friendly, they cost less, you know what I mean? So, like, it's changed from bikes are bad and we need to get off them to now bikes are better and now we're blamed for that, you know what I mean? It's a bit silly.
Funny thing is, we are the Netherlands is based around, or built around, water.
Right.
So we have bridges where water goes over the road.
That's true. But you also live pretty much under the ocean.
True. We are one with the water. Mm-hmm.
Water. Fire.
Yeah.
Earth.
We just... that state of Avatar, yeah. Europe had also many colonizers.
Europe also had many colonizer nations. America, Europe are there in the respect quite similar in positions, except America rested upon racial oppression at the time.
As in slavery, I think he means.
Yeah, but both of them were. What?
There wasn't that much slavery in Europe. It was outside of Europe. Mostly in Africa.
It wasn't... well, slaves were brought in from Africa.
Nope. There's also slave trading in Africa by blacks. Just blacks to blacks. Slavery as well.
Seriously? Okay, I didn't know that. That's
way before the white came.
That's absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm. Like the tribes that existed already had slaves and stuff.
Yeah, I will say that America gets a lot right, but I mean a lot more right than you guys like give us credit for. But yeah,
that's true.
Like we rarely get, like, Americans rarely get credit for anything ever, right?
Yeah, because you're seen as stupid. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but you also have to okay, like how much of the media, how much media do you consume that's from America? that's not culture, right? Because okay, so like if you go, you know, like anime, right? Is that culture to
Asia,
Japan,
yeah,
very specifically, right? If you watch anime, then you are participating in Japanese culture, right? Okay. If you are if you watch Korean soap operas, are you participating in Korean culture?
yeah.
Okay. Well, what happens when you watch Marvel?
That's American.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically everything is American these days.
I mean, how much music, how many like Hollywood, like pretty much everything is all American. But no. That's just normal society for Europe, right? You know, freaking Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, like the top movies of all time, all of the top movies of all time are all American.
Hollywood.
Every single one of them is American, right? And but that's not culture. That's just you know,
media. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but you know that Bollywood is actually way, way bigger.
Right. Well, yeah, it is. But
way more popular.
Yeah, it's way more popular than, I mean, that's why when a Korean film gets released, then it will never get 1 billion views or $1 billion on the box office. When an American movie goes, then it can get $1 billion, not just domestically, but internationally too. You know what I mean? Like there's a big difference. You know what I mean? But we are seen as people who can't get anything right. Like we get national park. I mean, I'm telling you, national parks are freaking amazing. Like it's shocking how well
it's beautiful. Wait, national parks as in
like
natural?
Yeah, like Yellowstone or the Rocky Mountain National Park or
the Everglades, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have those.
Nope. Nope, you don't.
Well, in the entirety of Europe, yeah, we do. In just the Netherlands, we barely have. We barely have any. Yeah.
But it restores a huge amount of, like, the other thing is that something that I actually read yesterday was that, you know how like we're you know, we hear about deforestation all the time and how America is like really like not even trying to do anything about it, when in reality it's not even us who's like, because if you go look at statistics, we have more trees than we did last year, and every year since 1970 we've gained more trees every single year than we did the year before.
Well, that's in America.
Yeah,
in the US.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You're talking about the Amazon, then no.
Right, but that's the thing, is that it's not even something that we can control, and yet we're still blamed for it. Because I do genuinely feel like the US is like a scapegoat for pretty much the entire world, right? It's like, oh, the world's going to crap. Oh, it's the US's fault. Oh, this is going terrible. Oh, it's the US's fault.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, do you not agree with that?
It's mostly the military, to be fair. It's America has an insane amount of power, military power, just any power in general.
Do I agree that it should be less? Probably.
Nope.
What do you mean? No.
Because then Russia will take over.
That's true. Well, I'm not saying like to limit it so drastically like people want. Like people are like, oh, we shouldn't even be spending $100 billion or whatever it is.
True.
I don't like, you know, but the reality is that the U.S. because the thing is that no dictatorship is going to be like, like they take the U.S. very seriously purely because of how stupidly large it is. Like nobody's gonna try to take over the world now because of the US. Like you can't even try because of the US, right?
But when that power comes in the hands of corrupt leaders, dictators,
right? But it's still I mean, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it is still better than the alternative. Unfortunately.
Yeah, sure.
It is still better than the alternative, which is absolutely, I mean, think to, you know, the 1940s. Bad kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Or the Second World War.
That's the 1940s.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally what I was referring to. I didn't
Yeah,
say
okay,
straight.
Wait,
I don't want to get demonetized.
Wait, saying what happened at that time?
No, but say again.
Wait, saying the word with the war, you know, is that getting you demonetized?
I don't know, but I don't want to really take the risk. Let's see. General society is based in culture appropriation, I would think. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, not military concerned even, and economically mostly. Everything that is inflicted upon America affects so many countries. That's true. What alternatives are you implying? Yeah, like the economy. I mean, the world is based on the dollar. It's not based on anything else, right? When countries are trying to get foreign assets, they're trying to get foreign dollars, right? Like the US dollar. Like nobody like when you think of like investing in a safer currency, people are like if you're like, yeah, let's go invest in the freaking
Euro.
yen or something, right? Nobody does that. They're like, yeah, no, I want the dollar, right?
Or the dollar and the euro.
The dollar and the euro, the
most
pretty
stable.
Yeah, most stable. Unfortunately, the dollar is
I believe they are about the same worth now.
No, they're not.
You're...
But our inflation is much higher than it should be.
Wait, how much is $1 in euros?
It's like 70 something cents.
Oh no! It's way more.
Oh,
it's actually almost
sorry.
the same.
I think a dot like you
It's,
could put that
it's 94
backwards.
euro.
Yeah, okay.
So euros worth slightly more.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think the problem of generalization is a big problem concerning America. Can one even say that there is one national identity? I mean, it's bigger than some continents. Generalization as in America's culture being seen as one, or?
I guess I'm not really sure what you're saying, Bluebird.
Can you go on? I think it means like, can one even say that there's one national culture and one national?
Well, America is seen as not having a culture at all.
True, it's money.
But what I think is that that's absolutely not true for
GBP.
many reasons.
What's GBP?
Great British Pound. Dollar is kind of at the top of the food chain in a way. I think there are more valuable currencies. I don't know, the pound, but basically the dollar dictates the markets of gold stock it away. It's money. Yeah, exactly. It is basically the global economy. If the dollar dies, then just the world economy dies, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone is
like as much as because the thing is as scary as it sounds, without the US, we would not have the world we live in today, essentially.
That I don't know.
Well, I mean, something else would have taken its place.
We wouldn't have developed this far. Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't have. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is that. Let me see.
We would still be in the 1960s.
Yeah, you're right. It is a problem because Europe will fall if America falls.
True.
Right. That's the thing. Nothing like the thing is that the people that are poised to essentially take like if America falls, that the people that are poised to take America's spot is not a good situation, right? Because if it's Russia, then we all know how that's gonna go, right? That's not like I'm not saying that Russians are bad, but I can't imagine that's
communism is.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's going to. I mean, go look at Russia's economy right now.
It would change into radical communism, yeah.
Right, exactly. And that would affect the whole world, right? Because
Yes.
if Russia's on top, if China's on top, then I don't see that being a good thing. I don't think that the US is like being on top is the greatest thing in the world either. I don't, but I also don't think that it's I don't see a better alternative, if that makes sense.
Cool.
I would definitely say that is a huge problem. Having a leading nation having a leading nation is inevitable, but the situation of America quite scary. Not exactly a stable nation, right? But what nation is stable right now? What nation is actually stable? Of the top nations, where is it stable? Stability comes from, because the thing is that when you're talking about something that is as large as America, it's so hard to have that be stable that it's
No, the US isn't stable. Scandinavian countries are. Scandinavian
well, yeah, but
and
they're
Nordic
also
countries.
way smaller than America.
Yeah, well,
Like significantly.
No,
What
that's
they
not
do
true.
does not affect the rest of the world, whereas what the America does affects the rest of the world. I'm not saying that's a good thing.
But most European countries are stable. The Netherlands is, Germany is, basically all of the Scandinavian.
Right, but
Scandinavian
what I'm saying is, because I don't know, I could be genuinely wrong here, but if you take the
like Sweden is almost the same size
okay,
as one of the states.
let's say that the Netherlands essentially conquered the world, right?
We already did once, yeah.
You know what I mean? Conquered the modern world.
Yeah.
Right? What would my question is, would that actually be successful?
No.
Exactly.
Because we're only capable of doing our own little country.
Would how the Netherlands is run work for the whole world? And I would argue that it wouldn't work for the whole world.
I don't think maybe.
Well, right, that's the thing, is that we don't know.
It could
and
work.
That's scary. It could work, or it could go terribly, terribly wrong.
No, it will go wrong.
Right? That's
the social system doesn't work. We have a really extreme social system, and it's already getting too expensive for only the Dutch. So
exactly. So no one country has the answers. That's the thing.
Scandinavian.
I mean,
Finland.
Is that the U.S. has such a polarizing political situation? I mean, the world has such a I don't see how that's an American thing. The world has such a polarizing.
What does polarizing mean?
Opposites. So it's either black or it's white. There's no gray area.
Oh, like that, yeah. Two fronts.
But the world has that. I don't see how that's that's not a strictly American problem. That hasn't been an American problem for a long time.
True, it's not only America, it's Europe too.
Because like Europe, if you go to, if an American goes to Europe, then the polarizing thing is, like, you guys don't like Americans. That's polarizing, right? There isn't you guys. I mean, you basically put all Americans in this breadbasket of oof, yikes.
We don't necessarily hate Americans. It's just that we hate everyone.
No, but I'm not saying you hate all Americans. But I am saying that in general,
we hate everyone equally.
Right, but is that still not polarizing? You like yourself, but
it's polarizing.
No, but that is what polarizing means, is that you like yourself and don't like anybody else.
Yeah, communism, capitalism. Black, white, female, male.
Most politics is polarizing. No, but the world is polarizing at this point. Like, we are so polarized on everything. You're either for or against. Like, you can't be neutral on anything. If you're for the LGBTQ community, then amazing, right? But if you want to stay neutral, then that means you're against, right? Yeah, right. If you don't actively support them, then it means that you're against them. You can't be neutral. You can't just say, oh no, I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Like, you guys can continue living your life totally fine, right? If you want, like, what you fight for is equality of choice, so why can't you just give me the equality of choice of saying, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, I don't know. I'm totally gonna get canceled for that at some point. I want the choice. I want people to be able to be neutral instead of having to make these weird
Decisions.
political stands because of pressure of being canceled. Because that doesn't seem genuine to me. Like, if they fight for the ability to have their own beliefs, then taking away my own right to be neutral sounds totally backwards.
Because it is, yeah.
So, and I have no interest in, like, I just want to be neutral on it. I don't want to have a discussion. It's not something I want to talk about. Right.
Yeah, everyone should have
whether I'm
right
for it or
their own
against it.
opinions.
I have the right to privacy to say, you know what, I just don't want to. I don't want to give my opinion. But a lot of people will be like, oh, well, then you're against it, right? You know, even though Maddie's literally my best friend and she's bi, you know, Fox. Like, I mean, it's just. I'm not sitting here discriminating against anybody. I have a right to privacy of my own thoughts and my own opinions. I don't
Or you
want
can
to
think
advertise
whatever you
them to
want.
the rest of the world.
You can think whatever you want. You can secretly hate Maddie for her being bi. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I
don't
could,
express it.
but I don't.
You could.
That's the thing.
You could, as long as you don't like.
Right. The action
impede
is
with
right.
her action.
Right. Exactly. If
Yeah.
I don't actively do anything, then I don't see a problem with that.
I can have a racist opinion.
Yeah.
I can hate blacks.
You aren't racist if you don't actually do something
True.
racist. See, that's where I have a problem with it.
True.
I mean, I would say that you should not be racist. Or, I mean, you should definitely try to have a better mindset than, you know, caring about the color of someone's skin.
To be accepting. Yeah.
Right.
To be tolerant.
Like,
yeah.
I can be accepting of what Maddie believes. I don't have to agree with it, but I can still, like, I'm not saying that I disagree with it.
You can agree to disagree,
I'm neutral. I'm not for or against it. I just want to be neutral.
Jeez, guys. Okay.
Like, I don't want to put my opinion out publicly, anyway. Like, privately, I don't care.
It's always good to have a discussion, Bluebird. Yeah.
What the hell are we saying? I don't know. Let's see. Horse podcast, cancel one? Exactly.
Yeah, let's just leave politics behind now.
Yeah. The point is that there's good news out there, and I'm excited for it.
True. I hope so.
That's what I try to progress. We're actively fighting climate change, which is really nice, actually. It's good news. The world isn't as scary as we thought.
Solving world hunger.
Well, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but
it will. Probably.
Not.
Elon Musk is a madman, you know. I think he can do it.
Doing well with the train, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like it.
Even though there's nothing done with the train other than
the shape is done.
Well, yeah, the shape is done. Yeah, that's true.
And you can already see that it's good from just the shape. I gotta go to school in like 10 minutes.
No, you can't leave me.
No, I have 4 more hours of Latin and math.
Unbelievable. You're leaving me. You're abandoning me.
I have to study Latin, come on.
No. You have to stay.
I can't do anything about it, my bad. I'm sorry, dude. But I'm here for 5 more minutes of 10.
Alright, what do you want to talk about for 5 more minutes?
Boats.
Boats.
Well, I like boats because they have sails.
I like boats because they have sails. Alright, I can respect the opinion.
No. What did you learn from Dutch? From your 19 days of Duolingo?
I feel like I've already said everything that I know.
Wait, but the first day was like the jongen en het meisje.
Yeah.
What
but
have you learned?
I can
fast?
say, like a lot of that was just repeating and getting a little bit more complicated and being like longer sentences and like learning basics of like the apple and his water, stuff like that. I do appreciate when like man is literally spelled the same way. I appreciate that.
Except it's more of a man.
It's
instead of a man.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's spelled the same way, so it helps.
True.
For sure.
True.
Instead of like Vrau, which is so weird to like. It's like so alien because like Maisha has like, I don't know why. Maybe this is literally just me, but it sounds feminine. But Vrau does not sound feminine to me for some reason.
Vrouwelijk. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I'm starting to learn like plurals of like a group of
mannen.
Yeah, mannen and vrouwen, I think, right?
Vrouwen, yes.
Yes, vrouwen. So that's a little confusing for me. So. But.
Yeah, you just put the en at the end.
Vrouwen.
Vrouwen.
But what I don't see, that's the thing, is that it says like, but you use it in the same way as man and vrouw and meisje and jongen.
No, that's an exception. The plural of meisje is meisjes. That's an S at the end.
Right. No. I'm saying like ik ben. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. I need to turn these to confirm. So like, I just started this new, like, I just started learning this today, but it's like, ik ben. I am. Sorry. Like, I don't even know. I'm just gonna shut up now.
All right.
You have fun in your Latin math classes, leaving me all alone.
I'm still here. 4 more minutes. And then I'm gonna grab my bike and leave you.
Depressing. This is so depressing.
Nah, you still have Bluebird.
I do have Bluebird, but he's not on a call with me.
And Lucas.
Well, Lucas isn't. Lucas, do you want to call? He's gonna say no.
He just doesn't like you anymore.
Now we're counting the minutes left. Exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. I'm gonna do something real stupid. You want to see me do something real stupid?
Change everything to beacons.
Oh gosh, no, please. Oh no, the nightmares, the PTSD,
the trauma.
All right,
do it.
Gmask under 912. Confirm.
Wait, what?
I'm making the riverbeds.
Oh boy.
See, beautiful. And then
I didn't see.
12,
Oh,
12.
there it is. Okay. Wow, beautiful.
I know.
Well done.
But the waterfalls are freaking nice. I think they look good.
They do, yeah. Looks natural.
I need to actually go back and fix these like straight walls of water, but that's not a big deal. For the most part, this is looking pretty nice.
When's the next stream? He's already excited for the next one. Before this one is even fun.
It would be nice for there to be an Well, I've already done 50 streams. This is my 50th stream.
Damn. So, you're going at it.
So I'm doing stuff. I'm not super like
No, you should be permanently streaming constantly 24/7.
Well, I do have this build is going to be massive, so I'll probably stream at least some of it. Probably not most of it because I don't want to spoil it too much.
Just stream the fun parts, like building the castle, coloring the terrain, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So, wait, is it Vrouwen or Vrouwen? It's the first one.
Vrouwen.
It's sad that I now know that.
No, it's with a W.
Yeah, I know.
Vrouwen. Wait, no.
Vrouwen? No, it's Vrouw.
Spelled it incorrectly. Sorry. This.
Vrouwen. Like that.
Yeah, second.
Yeah, see?
With the AU. I'm stupid. I felt so stupid when I misspelled meisje. I told you, and I was like, after the stream, I figured
But
like.
that's the thing is that I knew you spelled it wrong. And I
was
didn't
like,
call you out on it.
Yeah, I realized.
Because I
like,
trusted you. I
Alright,
trusted you.
No need to get aggressive.
Look at what you did to me. I trusted you. I can't trust you anymore.
One speaks the W like a V. No, they don't. Vrouwen. Not a vin. Vrouwen. No.
Vrouwen. Yeah, there's no W there. But it doesn't sound like a W.
It is.
No, it doesn't. It just sounds like a Vrou. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Vrouwen.
Leave me alone. Nobody asked. Hello. Good night. Oh, okay.
Hello. Good night.
Good night to you too.
One speaks. Oh, it's night for you. Imagine not having sunlight. Just be better.
Yeah, I see the sun. Well, actually, no, I don't. I'm about to, though. Because it's almost 5 in the morning for me.
Oh, okay.
I've been streaming for... Oh,
wait,
damn.
Bluebird,
Bro, the last time I said that I was streaming, it was at 1.5 hours, and now it's at freaking 3 hours. I did not realize that much time had passed.
I distracted you.
You distracted me. But I got a lot of work done, technically, I think.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Because, like, all I need to do after this is I need to paint it, which is actually going to just be a bunch of degree commands. I know, it's super lazy, but I don't really give a crap.
It's about the coloring, not the way it's colored.
Exactly.
Or at least slightly.
And then I have to place a bunch of trees on it.
What do these commands mean? Don't explain to me now.
What do these commands mean? Don't explain to me now. I'm too wait, don't explain. What? You're asking a question, then you don't want me to answer? I'm so confused.
Okay, so how
so
old
basically,
don't answer the question.
Basically, it's replacing. So I selected the whole area, and I'm basically replacing 12 or under 12, which is basically sand, right? So these two, so this is like under and over. So these like, I don't know, brackets or whatever. Not brackets. Yeah. What are they?
He's changing the blocks underneath sand
right,
blocks
so
to sand.
How I think of it is like a mountain. So I basically place the mountain. Okay, let me explain this. Hold on. Let me actually change my screens real quick. This is how I remember what it is. I don't know if you do the same.
I gotta go now.
No, come stay here for 2 seconds. Okay, so basically think of it as a mountain, right? So just like put a line on the bottom and it's a mountain, right? So if the number is above it, that means that it's going to place above the block. If it's below it, right, then it's going to place under the block.
Oh, like that. I see.
Right? And then you basically, you take it and then you...
I just use that one side of the triangle is longer than the other one.
What?
So, if the number is on the long side, that number is bigger than what's before it.
Oh, that's fair.
But I gotta go now, because I'm skipping school. Yeah, I have to.
Bye.
Bye-bye, enjoy your stream.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Okay, so basically it's placing under sand, which basically is because
Did I just skip you?
What?
Did I skip you?
No, I don't think so.
Bye-bye then.
Bye. And basically it's So basically replacing 12 under 12 and then confirm because it's such a large will edit because it's 286 million blocks. So I have to like actually confirm it. But yeah, so it's basically just putting them down 1 because yeah, I don't know why I'm not doing this by hand, or I don't know why I'm not just doing this with a thing, to be honest with you. 13, because I could literally just do this, which is what I should be doing in the first place, but whatever. See? Problem solved. Of course, now I have to do a little bit of hand detailing, but that's okay. We'll get there. See? Super simple. Super easy. Let's do a little bit on this side. Stupid thing. Okay. Yes, many blocks. How does your computer handle it? Because I'm technically the server is running the command, not the computer. And it's a very, 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 very powerful server to do all of this. Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's we can do like 2 billion blocks or something like that. We can affect 2 billion blocks without the server crashing. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's about 2 billion blocks that I can, or even if it's like 1 billion or something like that, I can do a world edit size that large. It's crazy stupid. And just, yeah. I'll never really need that. So it's essentially just a very, very good server. But this is private, so like nobody gets on it because like the whitelist is super small. It's basically just me, Lucas, and Quentin. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's my supporter server. It's run on the same server actually. So it's not it's allocated a little bit less of the resources on the server itself. But it's still a very good server. Would highly recommend. Okay. So yeah, so like there's 2 different servers. So like supporter server and then like private server. Both are done by the same host. Or done on the same like server. It's just 2 different nodes essentially. But very powerful, very expensive. Makes things that most people believe impossible possible for the most part. It's better than most like build team servers too. All right.
Look at that, guys.
Replace Gmask 0 degrees, 80 degrees. Replace 13, 133. Confirm. Wait, hold on. Well, if you want a server that's actually pretty damn good, then the supporter one's actually pretty impressive for $5, that's for sure. Okay, it needs to be up to 85% or 85 degrees. There we go. So that's still enough. Oh, it's fine, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's fine enough. Alright, and then 75 degrees. 133, 41. Green, very green. Yes. And that's going to be very yellow. Unless I did something. Yeah, it's going to be very yellow. So basically, I'm taking a degree a command. So I'm basically gmasking the degree. So basically like, because, like, for example, like, let me get some stone real quick. Okay, so basically, it's judging the angle, essentially. So you think of this as the gravel, but basically, if it's like super, like if it's on a low, like if it's on a really high degree. So for example, this line is like a super angled high degree, whereas this would be a low angled degree, right? So that's a low angle, that's a high angle. So it's only detecting the blocks that are at a really high angle and changing those. Versus, and then I essentially go lower and lower in the degree, and it will change lower, yeah, if that makes sense. But it makes painting very, very quick and easy. For a lot of reasons. Okay. That wasn't very helpful, but okay. It is what it is. Basically just makes my my life easier. All these parameters, no wonder your creations are so perfect. Well, that's very, very nice of you, but they're definitely not perfect. Far, far from it. Did anything get changed? The fork? I guess not. All right. Now, essentially what I do is I go turn off my gmask, and then I basically do replace 152 moss block. Confirm. And that's essentially my grass. Done. Sure, perfection is more of an opinion, but logically, you execute your terrain very well. Thank you, I appreciate that. My terrain usually doesn't look this good, so it means quite a bit. Okay, now I need a palette. I might just go with a normal casual palette, but we'll see. I want to use that for sure. I want a jungly feel, so I want some mossy. Okay. So replace 57 hashtag Euclidean. Wait, hold on. Arcaroni, I think is what it is. Like 25, 1599. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do. Tough. 98, 1, 1, 1, 5. See what that looks like. Yikes. Oh, it needs to be Perlin if I'm doing that way. Arc Perlin. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Actually, you know what? Leave that out of there. And just do 4. Okay. And then I can do 133 is tough. And then 41 is 1599. So really, really simple shading, but I think it looks really good. What do you think? I could do even a darker tone of shading, so like that. What do you think? Nah, I like the other better. It's a little bit more subtle and just a little nicer. There we go. Just like that. See? Also, I'm going to do replace 98 1 to 48. It's going to turn it from mossy bricks to mossy cobblestone, which I think is a bit of a nicer texture, and it's a little bit more green. There we go. So it literally goes from that to looking like whoosh. I would love flying around and like making it look making it go from terrible to like just looks absolutely gorgeous in just such a short amount of time. Love that. Absolutely adore that. Does not get much better than that. Yeah, like I like these rocks too. Like they're really satisfying because like it kind of breaks up things. I need to do that a lot actually around here, just in general, because I need to give a little bit more substance to some of the things. So I'm gonna be doing that because I like the idea of it not being super cookie cutter. But I would say for terrain, I would say that's not bad. It really isn't. Like, I mean, you don't really get the sense of scale of how massive this is when it's literally just so freaking huge. I mean, this is 1,000 by 1,000. It doesn't look big, but if I wanted to walk, like, let's even just try to walk. I mean, look at how slow this is. Like, imagine walking from one side to the other. Like, this would take forever. Forever. And you know what I could do? Like fill 9,100. I can make, oops. Ah, damn it. Let's do this. Okay, and then fill this up a little bit. And then do the same thing to the other side. Like I'm telling you, anybody can do this. It's literally just all about persistence. It is so much persistence. That's what it takes to do something like this. And unfortunately, most people don't have the persistence, so they end up being, yeah. I like how I'm supposed to be walking across the whole thing, and then I get distracted, and I'm like, nope, never mind, I'm gonna do this instead. Fill or fix water 100. Okay. And then I can do a easy Gmask moss block. And then BR sphere 12 2. And then I can essentially add some beaches here really, really easily without too much effort. They end up quitting, yeah. Exactly. You can't make something incredible without, you can't build something incredible without the persistence. And I would say for big builds, I have far more persistence than most people. It's kind of shocking. It's definitely not what I used to have. Alright, and then I can just do like some scattering in here so it blends in properly. Super simple, super easy. And then a little bit more over here. See, just like that. But you are genuinely enjoying it at least. Yes, I do. I do actually enjoy it a lot more than people think I should. Gmask, turn off my Gmask, please. Fix water, 100. Oh, see, back up. Gmask, moss block. There we go. And just like that, I get a little bit of a river. Not a river, just like some ponds. See? But it just adds that little extra bit of detail. And it's super easy to do. Like, people don't realize how, like, water can really help. Oh, right. Gmask 0. Or Gmask off. Fill moss block 100. But yeah, it's really simple. It gets the job done. I don't know. I like it. I need lots more rocks around the place. But yeah. Try a shader for a moment, sure. The erosion is still quite incomplete. What do you mean? Looks pretty dope, to be honest. Pretty happy with it. Looking great so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. But just wait until this is rendered. Like, holy fork, is it gonna look good? Like, I'm genuinely so excited for it to get actually rendered once it's done. Like, imagine a giant palace on here. I don't even know what the style of palace is going to be, but holy fork, am I excited for it. But yeah, I need to do a bunch of trees and stuff like that. As in, the terrain is so steep, so one would expect more visible terrain damage. I feel like there's a fair amount of terrain damage. But yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. You mean with like the spikes and stuff? Yeah, that'll probably be a bit more terrain damage. And I'll probably have I'll be cutting into the terrain a little bit here and there. Like for example, Biosphere 0. Actually, you know what? Let me try this. Okay, convex. So what if I did something like this? Spike 0 2 2 2 2. Look at that. I could totally do that. Like I could make things look really like even like 3 3 3 3, right? Like I could essentially I can't do it right now, but I would essentially like break the terrain up a little bit. It would need to be more on a flat wall. So like what if I did like 3 point? Right? Yeah. I can essentially use that to get a little bit more detail and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe slight red or orange hints, like in real life, you know, from the iron ore that oxides. Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you. But yeah, we'll get a little bit more into the nitty gritty stuff. We're world building now. Exactly. But yeah, I'll be having a little bit more. I'll be doing rocks and stuff outside of what you see right now. And then I'll be doing a shipwreck over here. And with like a little bit of a village, so there'll be like an outskirt village over here. So I can even like, actually, can I even take a picture of this whole? No, I cannot. So basically I'm going to do an outskirt village over here, where it's basically like kind of a pirate cove. Like it's kind of separated. There'll be a little bit of a dock here. And then it's just going to be like, so like, pirate slash, cove kind of thing. And then here will be up the village, and then over, I don't know where I'm going to put the farms. I might just leave it, but there will be a connection between, so basically there'll be a little bit here, and then it'll be side effects stuff, but yeah. More primitive like huts. Yeah, yep, it'll be pretty simple hut style stuff. It won't be like super complicated like mansions and stuff. So then essentially you'll come back up, so there'll be a little bit of a dock area here. Obviously it'll connect into the water on both sides a little bit. There'll be some type of path coming up here, more houses down here, then there'll be another path kind of coming up, and then it'll probably either go through the mountain up, so like it'll basically like have a giant cave system, like maybe starting over here and then coming all the way up here, and then it'll essentially come out over here, bridge kind of coming over the waterfall, or I have a bridge coming over the waterfall over here. I think it'll be in the back, because I think that would look slightly better. It would not be a primitive one, because it would not be a primitive bridge or anything like that. It's just, that's the path you get to it. Because I want anything near the palace to be really elegant and really clean. You come to the bridge. You basically come to the bridge. It'll probably take you into something down here, either like a gatehouse, right? That's like kind of put on these two things right here, that goes into the mountain essentially, and then we'll come up out into the main palace right here. And then I'll probably be doing something like, obviously I'll have the main palace up here, which will be nice. And then I'll have probably a massive bridge coming from probably right here to right there. So it'll basically be a giant bridge. And then there'll be like spires and stuff, kind of like as a wizardy tower, elven maybe styled like thing. That'll go probably pretty high. Obviously it won't be as high as the main thing, but it'll be a nice like focal, like a semi-focal point, because I want obviously the focal point to be this, right? The train will be in the background, and then the other, like, the waterfall will be in the background. Other waterfall will be in the background. But that way, if you start here, I like Elven pictures everything. It pictures everything you're describing. Yeah, exactly. And then there'll be essentially towns here, not like towns, but like parts of the castle, but not the castle. So there'll be kind of like, it'll kind of be intermixed between like towers and houses and stuff like that. And then there'll be bridges like connecting all of those, and then there'll be a main bridge connecting to that, and then there'll be the main palace, right? And then there'll be another side thing. But that way I get a nice picture of, there's some stuff over there, so there's some busyness over there. Then it's kind of clean, and then there's some busyness here. You can still see some terrain, some busyness here. Then you can still see the waterfall, some busyness here. And then the main structure right here. Then a little bit, a bridge, of course. And then you can see the waterfall too. So you can get some nice angles from just like down here, where it's just focusing on this waterfall. You can get some really nice angles from here with seeing this waterfall. You won't see anything over there, but you'll see the 1, 2, and 3, and then it'll probably hide the thing behind here. So it'll be some nice perspectives of, then if you want to just get close on these, you can, and you can get some nice angles. You can even get some nice angles of just these two, right? I'm working it in to be a little bit more inclusive, and that's really what like helps in builds, is that you want to not block. So basically, if your render point was here, right, then you don't have anything on here, or here until it's on there, right? You can maybe put something there, but then it's going to block your waterfall. So you gotta think about where your render point is and then build around that. And if my render point was here, then I would see this and this. But then if this was blocking this, or this was blocking this, or this was blocking this, then it wouldn't be good. So, yeah. Think about these things. Anyway, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So I am going to get off for tonight. It is 5 in the morning, almost 5:30 in the morning. So I am going to get off, and I will see you guys later. But I'm excited. Thank you all so much for joining. Definitely appreciate it. If you aren't already in the Discord, you can join. And it is what it is. All right. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you guys later.